As you ventured forth into... This song probably isn't a good intro song, but I'm still going to play it. As you venture forth into the town and the city that you belong to, at least for the moment in time, you all have, for one reason or another, ventured here. A festival is in town, and the festival lasts for a week. The week-long festival is to celebrate and commemorate the moment known as the Sundering, where the planes and the world shift, and a dazzling, sparkling light of meteor showers dazzle the sky and everywhere else. The countries in this time generally don't fight, they generally calm down and generally just enjoy themselves for the moment and time. Overall, they are enjoying themselves, and overall, things are, for a time at the very least, peaceful. However, for some of you, things have gone awry. Throughout this town, you have figured out a few things that are out of place. For one thing, things are generally quiet, but that was only before the festival. Rats have been heard about scurrying about town, and even rumors of strange men going out to killing individuals out there. While these things, unfortunately, are commonplace in a world of magic and sword, it is still something to worry about. Your team managed to find out and discover an entity that called themselves the Flickering Flame. They were in a item that you possessed in time, however, it took over one of your individual bodies. Thankfully enough, a priest managed to uncurse the item and you were released, but the entity still remained somewhere inside the city. They had a follower of a were-rat currently scurrying about, but your team also managed to kind of bisect them twice. The second time, well, there was an issue with that. But we'll get to that in a moment. Moving over to the Temple of Tyr. And putting back the music. Now, unfortunately, the Temple of Tyr is also part of the festival. People come about, join, celebrate, pay homage, play their tithes. It's a very good time that these things happen, and far wanderers and travelers come into town to also pay their respects. Not just here, but every other temple inside here. But the other temples aren't exactly important right now, as the other temples don't have these two coming by. Vishar and Valor, you were informed that you were going to take a job about wandering about and looking for any problems that may still wander and scurry. You do know that, well, Vashir was kind of possessed not that long ago, and the entity that held on to them is still in the city. And with the more and more people coming in throughout the hours and throughout the next coming days, well, more eyes really couldn't hurt. You come back here after getting requested to come back and join after a meeting. Gennara informed you of such, and also stated that Carver had to go back to their own guild. For one reason or other, the cooks and bakers had decided to hold on to him for at least a little bit longer. But he does have, waiting for you once you enter inside, paperwork to go and find your fourth party member.
Sorry, real quick. Did Carver change to a wizard?
At a game, yes.
Okay.
Trying to diversify the party more.
And then, sorry, the other thing is too, I forget, how long has it been, though, since, the end of...
It's been a long rest.
Okay. It has been long rest? Okay.
Yes, it is early morning, roughly around 8 a.m. However, you can tell that the new faces in town are new faces, just not random people you're just now seeing.
Okay.
But yes, it's been a long rest. Earlier today, you were given a missive to come back to the temple to receive new information, as Carver had to go back to work. He wasn't exactly... He's kind of conscripted to the guild, so he actually needed to inform someone about taking the job. He still took the money, that's not an issue. In fact, you kind of didn't form a contract, or at least the church didn't form a contract with him. So, your boss, air quotes, kind of just gave him money and forgot to do that. So, no loss for Carver, you're just down a man. So he needs to give you paperwork to go and find a new party member.
Unbelievable.
Valor, I don't know about you, but I didn't fully trust that baker. He was handy yesterday, but he handed me a cursed item, so I'm glad he's gone.
Maybe he actually put the curse. Maybe he put the curse on the item. Something. Did he give it to you? Oh, he did. You're
Yeah.
right.
He
You're
picked it
right.
up and handed it right to me. Well, I'm glad the head cleric got rid of him. So should we go get our new assignment?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Maybe we should kick that guy's ass.
Always an option.
As you pass through, this guy just backs up, not
Though
wondering...
I didn't feel any evil coming from him, so perhaps not. Yeah, so we'll come over and approach.
Ass shit.
Entering
Cleric
in...
Nora.
Quit paying people and getting and not making them come back for work.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Really should have figured that one out. But, nevertheless, thankfully enough, we did manage to get a few new recruits in order. As mentioned beforehand, I was going to give you a fourth, but now I need to get you a third before I can get you a fourth. I have a few documents here that can help you out. That will lead you to your next party members. I'm afraid this time, however, I am going to have them sign a contract or something limiting to the point where I don't just give them money and they just leave.
You can do that oath thing that Vasher did.
Oh, that was fine. It's more of a count on my part than anything else. But I digress. He then hands Vasher a small parchment, Valar a small parchment, and then 2 envelopes. Closed.
What does the parchment say?
The parchment indicates that a potential teammate is located at the central library, known as, I am going to butcher this name, Magna Bibliotheca Ex Arcanium Mortis. People just call it the library, though.
Yes, I picked a specific Latin name.
I'm going to do the service of not trying to pronounce it. And I'll just look at Vasher and be like, well, I don't even know what the fuck that is, but
Well,
library.
it's Magna Bibliotheca Vex Lortis.
People also just refer to it as the Magna Library.
I'm just staring dumbfounded. I'm like, okay, yeah, that.
Right. And to Valor, you have an indicated mark that there is a potential teammate at... Oh, I forgot that's what it was called. Sorry. At the shopping district near the gaming quarter known as Chess and Checkers. It's just a small little room where people go out to gamble, collect things. Gennara has heard and made mention that people are coming into town, so there's potential people that could be beneficial. And he heard of one such individual, just a rumor, nothing concrete, that is currently there. They mention a man with an eye patch, strange hair covering their eye, and a scowl with a brimming smile. It's a weird description on the piece of paper.
That's in town though. The library's not in town, right? That's out.
The library's in town, kind of. It's at the outskirts of the town, but it's inside the town.
It would be quicker to go to this eye patch guy first.
Potentially.
Okay.
The way you're at, you're currently in what's known as the church district or the temple district, depending on who's calling it that. But you would be able to get to the gaming quarter first, or the shopping quarter, and then head over to the library.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Well, why don't we go see about this eye patch guy first? Sounds like it's
Okay,
on the way.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Out of character. Just one thing for Carver Mutant. Does that mean big books and death magic?
No, I actually put it in Roll20. It's Library of the Great Arcane in Latin. Magna
Oh, library?
Bibliotheca, yeah, Magna Bibliotheca ex Arcana Mortis.
I took Latin, and mortis means death. Or maybe I'm
I'm
mixing
just-
it up. It
I'm
was a
just
long time
going-
ago. Never mind.
I'm just going off of what Google Translate said, and I thought it was a good name.
Works for me. Okay, sorry. Back in character.
It's fine. Anyways, the library with a big name is the farthest destination to go to, so the easier place to go to would be the gaming district. Or the entertainment district. No, it's not the red light district. Don't go there.
Okay, to the red light district then. Okay.
No, Valar.
So,
Alright, so
go ahead.
I was just gonna say we'll head out and start heading towards that district. If needed, we'll ask directions.
Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Here. He then hands both of you one sack each of gold. Each sack contains 10 gold pieces. If they sign and open the envelopes, not in that order, you are to deliver the quantitative amount. If they don't, you bring it back, and I'll give you 2 gold for bringing it back, I suppose.
Very well. We'll be on our way.
As we're walking out, I'm just gonna make sure I'm heard that I just say, I don't remember getting 10 gold when I did.
Valar, we joined for the faith, not for the money.
I agree. Just makes me question what kind of people we're gonna go get if we have to go pay them.
He just shouts when you leave the area. Strangers! Not many strangers are gonna just take the job. As we go over to the shopping district. But with new lights.
New fancy lights. That's right. Oh right, shit, we were here.
Okay.
Okay, what was the chess? The chess and checkers? The checkers?
Chess and checkers.
Chess
yeah.
and checkers. Like,
Looks like it
it's
might be this one.
probably the one that they're currently playing chess at. But before that, oh, that's completely different. I'm just gonna go with talk. Oh, I forgot this was Persona music. Well, whatever. Going over here, that's known as the inn. The cheapest inn that is inside of your own city. Yes, the place is cheap, and if you can get there before the festival starts, it's even cheaper. However, while the festival is currently going on, it is worth 1 silver a night, which is an outrageous price for most commoners and even an outrageous price for people that are coming into town knowing it's expensive. Unfortunately for one such as, I'm going to assume Leah?
Leah.
Leah, man. I second guess myself. Unfortunately for Leah, She unfortunately just has the clothes under the back, the armor at her side, and the blade she's currently contemplating, maybe, still don't know yet, to threaten, but not actually take, the goblin's life. But the goblin looks at you and simply states, "Look, it's great and all. Glad you came to town. Always welcome here. Come back in a week and we'll bring down the price back to 2 copper a night. No. For you, you're a... you know what? For a stranger, I'll bring it down to 1 copper a night. Be friendly." The stranger to your south then goes, "Yeah, what about me?" No. You're like a human elf thing. Yeah, 1 copper a night next week, though. Tonight, 1 silver. You, though, you're just human. And even worse, you're Aasimar human, so people just love you. So just 2 copper? You know, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, don't care. Go to another tavern. Inn. They'll charge you 5 copper a night. Yeah, fair enough. And they leave. And you see that? Most humans, most Aasimar, go with their own. The one to the south simply states, "I'm pretty sure they just didn't like you." Yeah, they also don't like that. But looking towards you, you just said it.
Leah.
Leah. I am
Yeah.
so sorry.
So Leah goes, I understand that you have to make money, but I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. I'm new in town.
Well, tell you what. Just the other day, I went and came across a strange robot man. He went to go and... I'm not sure, but I think he went to go and fight the people that were currently trying to attack others in town. If you find random strangers out in the city and manage to... I don't know, figure out exactly what they're doing, come back to me. It's good information I can sell off. That'll be good. I'll have you rested up for the week. Sound like a deal? Find the random strangers in town trying to corner and bag people. Bring the information to me. Stop at them if you want. Join them if you want. I just need that info.
Certainly. I'll do that.
Cool. The building next to us, points to the right. They're known as the Whisperers. They're kind of gossipy. You might get something from them. Or you can go with the ruffians that are currently at the Chess and Checkers area. They're new in town, but maybe they're regrouping with their team.
I'll probably see the latter. I've had my fair share of people that are not straightforward with me.
Yeah, that's fair. In this town, most people are fine. But outside is when you get troublemakers like this one. Oh wait, they left. And then they realized that the person that they were messing with left.
She's still slightly everything's sort of strange to her.
That makes fair.
But she's
sense.
gonna head outside and begin making her way to the Chess and Checkers to check out potentially, to learn about these ruffians. And then if not, she'll go to the Whisperers.
All right, as you leave the place quite literally known as just the Inn, they aren't ruffians, but they definitely don't seem to be part of this establishment area, come down the north section.
I'm going to go ahead and try to trail them.
Okay, you can clearly tell they're continuing to the south.
all I'm saying, Vasher, is that the next time we fight a rat, you don't actually have to take the time and swing at it with a weapon. All right, it's ridiculous. Rats are tiny. It's terrible to hit them. I'm telling you, just reach down, grab it with your hands, pop its head off. It's the easiest way to kill a rat.
I'll try that next time. I think this is the place.
The sign reads Chess and Checkers. Current tournament happening. Admission 5 copper.
I run up behind them, and do have my bow in hand.
Some people do have weapons on hand, some people to their sides. It's not uncommon, especially in a festival. There are multiple guards here. It's easily blendable. Unless it's intent for violence, that's another story.
Is it a quiet
So-
run?
Hey, you.
I'll turn towards. Hello?
Are you
Can I
the
help you?
ruffians beating up kids in town?
No, I'm a paladin of Tyr. I'd never hurt children.
I mean, we beat up a rat, but wasn't a kid.
Who's
I don't
that?
know.
It was
Kid.
about the size of a kid.
Who's
No,
that
holding my hand.
here?
Tyr? You've not heard of Tyr?
Of course, I've
What
heard
rock
of
to you
here.
with your friend? Have you not heard of the mighty god, Tyr? The fountain of justice in this terrible, dark expanse?
Of course I've heard of here. But are you the ruffians?
Oh.
How do I
Wait,
know that? for
Valar,
sure?
have you been hurting children?
Like I said, it was a tiny little rat. I mean, I don't know if it was a child, but
No, we have not. You can take my word on it.
A
I'll
child
cast
is
Divine
not a rat.
Sense. Is looking.
Quick question. Leia, have you actually heard of Tyr? Like your character was.
Character-wise, no.
Okay, I should have made you roll deception. My bad.
No, I don't know of Tyr.
Yeah. Honestly, though, based on their 2 characters, it's not that surprising. That if you said yes, they would have believed you.
Yeah. Oh, no, no doubt.
we're
I
very,
think one of my.
we're very
Okay.
proud.
Yes. So I'm just gonna ping them with Divine Sense. I gotta roll. So if they're a celestial fiend or undead, I'll be able to tell. I'm guessing not, but just my suspicions from yesterday.
That
Having
makes
somebody run
sense.
up.
You get nothing.
Okay.
You do get Fiend, but actually, can you put up the description? You might not actually get Fiend.
It's only within 60 feet.
Okay. You do.
I would say
It's
I
at the
know
very
people-
edge of 60 feet to the west. It's currently moving out of your zone, though.
Okay.
You don't see anything whatsoever in that direction except for a mob of people.
Alright, so I just get a fading sense off in the distance, but I was looking at Leah here.
Oh, no, nothing.
I'm like, yeah. So I don't really pay attention to that, just expecting it to be a tiefling walking off or something.
It's happened before.
Mm-hmm. Like, so what is it you're talking about? Children being harmed?
You're not looking to harm children yourself, are you? I'm gonna slowly reach to grab for one of my javelins.
No, I'm not. I'm not searching. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to explain, but a lot has happened recently, and I'm a little bit out of sorts. I thought you might be, given your attire, the ruffians that I was searching for, that were attacking people in town.
Did you see them run off somewhere? We might be able to help you. We're supposed to go into this game place here, but it seems really boring.
To be fair, I went on almost no information, assuming that you were them. I'm really not in the the perfect sorts right now. Anyways, I'll leave you to your day.
Just lean over to Vasher and not even hiding it really. This one seems a little fucked in the head.
Kind of rude to say about someone you just met.
So you're looking for some ruffians hitting small kids. What turns you on to this quest?
Listen, if you're going to be rude to me, I don't think I'll tell you.
Alright, well, learning about this is very important actually. Personal development. I apologize that you feel that way.
Better.
I just give Vasher a smile and a thumbs up.
I just shake my head and roll my eyes.
It was better, but not by much.
I'm trying to make my way. Do you know what this town's name is?
I don't, but Valar does. What's the town's name again?
Udrol? How'd you get here without knowing?
No, sorry, out of character. I know we were talking about yesterday. I completely forgot.
We are in the capital city, right?
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
the capital city. You would
Okay,
have
so
the
yeah,
information.
Udrol.
Wait, sorry, you had it. What was it?
Udrol.
Wait.
Udrol, right?
I think it's Yudrol. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's how I have it written down. Okay.
It depends
And
on
you
who
don't-
pronounces it, but yeah.
And Udrol is a large city?
It's fairly big.
It's the capital
quite-
of your country.
Quite a few areas here. Well, weird people over there. Point to the west, and revelers and more weird people over there. I point to the north, and more of the same over there to the east. And then there's people like Vasher, people like myself. We're sort of driven with a purpose, so it's a big city. It's got all kinds of folks, ton of buildings, ton of neat, intricate little rats and things. Very-
Okay, and to give you specifics, Udrol is the capital of your country. While it is a populated city of 2,000, it is not the biggest city out there, but it is the most important. While Udrol itself is populous with humans, it is not a human settlement. To a degree, the kingdom's king is human, but has had a succession of 3 separate wives from 3 separate species. So, commonplace mixture of species, humanoids, is welcome and encouraged. Otherwise, it'd be saying something against the acting ruler. Hint, hint, wink, wink. That being said, outside of the city is a little different. While no near open hostility is there, some places are different than others. You do know that this area is a more comfortable city if you have money. If you don't, well, it's kind of an issue. There are various places that can help you out, and other places, much like your church, that can help you out if you have something to offer, or if you decide to serve. In your 2 cases, it can be one or the other, or just chose to serve. Leia is not aware of this, which means she's either outside of this country or other. More than likely, it's outside of this country, since other is rare and not near impossible, but unless you have proper way to get here, it's likely not the issue. But you just met a robot man the other day, so people coming in from outside of the country is not an uncommon thing during a festival.
You know, why don't you just follow along with us here? If you're looking for assistance on your hunt, I'm sure there's some more insightful questions, some more insightful answers to your questions, rather, that could be given to you back at the temple. We're actually on temple business right now, so if you just kind of trail along, we'll do this thing and give some people some money to help, and then we can see if Ganora can help you.
Oh, I'll trail along. This is definitely also the place where I had been going to the poker, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll certainly follow you in for that reason. Also, I'm definitely lying about that, but
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. I don't know if you want me to roll deception, or should I say that I'm lying about things for deception rolls?
Not until I tell you to
Oh,
do that. Well, specifically going on to that topic, unless you specifically tell me that you're suspicious of this person, I'm not going to tell you, by the way, roll insight check or roll deception. Or tell you that someone's rolling a deception.
oh, okay. I just was curious.
Yeah. But if you said, like, if Alar says, yeah, I don't trust this person I just met, which is fine, then and there, if some lie came up during the conversation, I would make them roll insight.
Okay.
That's fine. I actually had a follow-up comment anyway. You can just look at Leah and say, why don't you stand actually between us? How about you go in after Vasher, and let me just keep an eye on the road here as we walk in, just making sure we don't garner any unwanted attention. I would step back and then motion to follow Vasher as we're entering this building.
Why, thank you. And
I'll
I
go-
definitely have my hand on my sword, suspecting the worst, but
I would have relaxed my grip on the javelin, not completely at ease, but definitely not showing any outward sign of aggression at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just carefully looking at my note, trying to remember the description of the guy as I step inside.
As you step inside, you remember the description. A shabby individual that came into town recently with a strange eye patch or maybe a covering around their eyes and hair adorned around the rest of their face. Perhaps some indicating more tattoos in suggesting part of a group or some strange faction.
And do I see anybody with those descriptions?
Everyone in here has separate descriptors of that description, just not all together.
Okay, I'm just gonna step into the middle of the room and then announce, is anybody here looking to work for the Temple of Tyr?
Roll persuasion?
Persuasion. Not bad.
Not bad.
is Tyr the temple of, what is it of?
Temple of Justice.
Of law and order.
And the defeat of evil, of course.
Amazing. And I say, is anybody here interested in doing the exact opposite of that in Thieves Camp entirely.
So, when Vasher mentioned, "Hey, who wants to join the church?" and in Thieves Camp, Leah says, "Hey, who doesn't want to?" This guy goes over to Vasher, perhaps indicating that he would like to join, and then he goes over here.
I'm just holding up the envelope that I was given to give to the person looking around like, who is this for?
He looks at the envelope and
Nobody?
goes, I mean, if you were looking for someone, I can take it off your hands.
Well, no, it's somebody who apparently has some dealings with the temple, but
Oh,
this
yeah,
note,
that's
it
me.
sounds like a little
Did
bit
he
of
walk up? Did he walk up to me?
Yeah, when you said that. But then Vasher continued on with his conversation, so he quickly turned over to this side.
Yeah.
Friend,
Yeah, what do you want?
you haven't seen anyone related to Tia here.
Points
Have
to
you-
his gauze-covered eyes. Not really.
Well, thank you for the help. And I'm gonna reach out and just push down the envelope away out of his hand.
Well, I haven't handed it to him yet.
Yeah.
As you're like just trying to prevent the handing of the envelope to him.
Okay, and I as I turn to him after he says, "Oh, I'll work with you," I'll turn to him, notice the eye patch, and be like, "Oh, you definitely look like a follower of Tyr." And I go to hand him, and then she stops me, I guess.
Where'd you lose the eye?
Oh yeah. Lost an eye. Lost both eyes. The other one got scraped out by he says like out loud, but like in a whispered tone. Oh, what's a good lie? Giant owl bear, about the size of this room, gestures wildly.
Now, I'm not sure if you can actually see the size of this room, but an owlbear that size would go for more than the eyes, because that's probably, I mean, if we're being realistic, like not even the toppings to a small dessert. I kind of feel like, if anything, maybe they would have gone for the midsection with a little bit more meat. I mean, in your case, it's lacking meat, but
Oh
As that
yeah.
conversation goes on, I'm totally pickpocketing him really quickly.
He has 2 silver, a half-eaten apple, and 1 razor-thin needle with poison dripping from it.
I take the all of them
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
start eating the apple.
Do you? They were all in the same pocket.
You see it? Leah takes the apple and like inspects each of them while the conversation is going on. I'm not hiding it from Vasher.
That's fine. While the apple itself was not technically poisoned, unfortunately it has soaked in the poison. So,
Oh no, I mean I thought about eating the apple when you said it
Yeah.
was in the same pocket. I said I don't eat the apple,
you
I
don't.
or at least I might have. What do you call it?
Did I just see her steal from this guy?
Yes.
Kinda? Well, while this guy is kind of wasting your time, we will go over here. Unfortunately, the description you guys got was describing way too many people. Unfortunately, Leah did not mention she was hiding it from the group. So there really wasn't. Not gonna lie, he actually can't see. But he was at one point or another part of Thieves' Cant. organization. I'm not going to say a thief, murderer, and assassin, but an organization that use thieves can't. But due to the fact that stating was not hiding it, there really wasn't a need for one.
Cordellan's the wizard. I was wondering.
Now then, Cordellan, you've been here for quite some time, observing, wandering, and questioning, well, everything. The last time you decided to adventure outside of this compound / library, which is a name I am not going to repeat again, probably. I don't know, I might do it one more time. You saw the Sundering, an event that you weren't completely familiar with. As such, you decided to delve in and get familiar with, and that took some time. You do know that it's an event that happens every 10 years where the skies, the planes, the stars all move about, and in that movement and realignment, some of the planes in some of the areas around begins to almost, in a way, meld with one another. Not to the point of total fusion, but to the point in time where, as tectonic plates would, scrape alongside each other and perhaps cause a ruckus. One such ruckus is known as the Falling Star event, or the Starfall Festival, as most people in this town would know it. Most of the time, however, if things do finish to fall to the ground where your area, your country is, it's an event where things take place. People go out, gather the information, see what it is, and perhaps find out what exactly fell. The last time something fell within your continent's region was over 100 years ago, where a new metal was discovered not that long ago. It was able to infuse and implement magical properties inside of weapons, armors, and the like. Most of the time, it would take high mages in order to do this, but the metal itself was so malleable, so movable with magic, that it simply collected it with such force and tenacity. Thankfully, however, it wasn't a good amount of metal, so no major development was formed, but definitely something that needed to be looked into. There were countless records and books of tests being done on that metal. If you decided to go and venture through that point in time, you could have, just letting you know. But things falling to the ground, while uncommon, is still a thing that happens. But nothing major, nothing massive to the extent of a city being wiped out, for example, or a new invention of a giant kaiju monster made out of iron, brimstone, and magic. At least not yet.
All right.
Lol.
But while you're in the library, the drow woman that was accompanying another drow man and a elf comes over, opens the door, and you know her as... Oh, I'm going to change her name. Her name is way too close to yours. Her name's Carvella, but I'm changing it. Sarah? Sarah comes in, looks towards you and goes, "Oh, there you are. So, staying inside this year again?"
Every year.
You do know that there's more wings in the library, although there's more strangers now thanks to the festival, so if you want to make new friends.
He looks up and says, "I'm good, thanks."
Yeah, I figured as much. Just the boss told me to tell you, hey, why not go outside? So if he asks you, tell him I tried.
I'll go outside when it's time to go outside.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Have to go speak with the other... She then stops herself from saying probably something bad.
He
Not
just
really.
dismisses it. Goes back to reading his book.
Yeah. What's your passive perception? Hello?
11.
Oh, okay, sorry. You just hear mumbled words when she walks by. Well, leaves. You get the words hermit, idiots, hermits, and worms.
He is not worried about it.
You've heard this type of speech before, or at least this speech pattern, so you can fill in the gaps. It's nothing eventful. It's just mainly her job of trying to get the people that stay inside to help outside or help the library in anything that they need to do. Basically, you're not the only one that stays indoors when this happens. But is there anything else you're doing?
He is reading. He's ultimately trying to get to the bottom of this event that happens, every 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to establish the core behind it, what's actually causing it. So he's very focused on it.
Okay, based on the information you've gathered and how long you've been doing this, go ahead and roll for me Insight Advantage. Oh wow, both of those rolls aren't that great.
This is a situation where he's been doing it. It's like his ultimate goal.
Okay,
He's only been working on it for like 40 some years.
then I'll give you some things that could be true and some things that might be true. Ultimately, you can decide which one is the current theory your character is going with. So, the event in the Sundering happens a few things. One event that is described within your books, possible, is that two giant deities are currently fighting it out between planes, and when the Sundering happens, these two beings clash with one another, fighting in primordial strength and valor. Ultimately, these shards of bladed weapons that come across the sky are part of their blades, descending down into the heavens and skies and landing onto your world or other worlds around them. This is a possibility. But this is also a fanciful one. Yeah. One that is more romanticized than others. So take it as you will. Another such theory that's currently in the works is that the two material planes, the current one that you reside in and another plane, are currently scraping one another, as if two worlds are far too close when the Sundering happens, and these two worlds just collide, causing a massive vortex to be established, almost as if a black hole occurs. In this black hole, some things begin to jettison out from them. The black hole is translucent, incapable of being seen through the naked eye, as often than not that does happen. But things come jettisoning out. Where that end of the black hole comes from, no one is entirely sure. But things likely come out of it due to the two worlds colliding and breaking apart, and then jettisoning out whatever vortex or opening that they managed to get to. Some people believe that the last time this happened, it was towards the celestial plane. As of the stars that began to fall were a lot shinier, brighter, more holy and angelic. Many of the people of the church district decided that this was a holy blessing onto the world, that their temples were blessing the world with their gods. This is another theory. Another such theory that this happens is that this is the weakest point in time where the planes are able to, people are able to jump through from point to point in other planes. And that the Sundering is also an event where beings that are too strong to simply use a spell or another, basically the entity is too strong that the spell that they are trying to use, maybe let's say planar shift, won't allow them to move into another plane unless certain events happen. So they use this point in time to throw things and to set in motion a plan, a situation, a ritual in motion to allow their smaller but still strong followers to get them to the other side. Some people theorize that they use this point in time of where the planes are the weakest to set in motion plans that lie in wait. But since none of that has yet to transpire, it's just a theory-ish, as no real evidence has ever come of it. Another thing that might be true is that the world itself is in a cosmic wheel turning. When the turning happens, you enter into a strange place. That place might have strange creatures, abominations, worlds that you are unfamiliar with, material that you're unfamiliar with, and the world itself is unfamiliar with. When this happens and your world collides into this new domain, the stars begin to fall are just events where these materials begin to integrate into the material plane. As such, this is not an uncommon thing, as this is how in theory, some of the new humanoids that have popped up out of nowhere might have come from these such situations. People theorize that the Dragonborns came about in this such a way, as they simply just showed up out of nowhere one day. This is a theory. It's a probable theory, but once again, it is nothing concrete. And there's a whole bunch of other ones that might or might not be true.
All right.
All the while, you then hear a commotion. Oops, that's the wrong account. Of people coming inside the door. Not your door. Excuse me. Not your door. So, after a bit of commotion, I am going to assume you all caused. After a bit of commotion inside the chess and checkers game establishment, you all managed to get here. I am going to assume you berated theft and the like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where I was going.
Yeah.
Leah, did you ever tell them like who this person probably worked for at one point in time, or do you just shrug and continue with them?
I give I as they're braiding me, I just give them the things. I was just gonna inform them that they, if we're not gonna RP it, then I was just gonna inform them that they, they were being stolen from. So I was trying to figure out.
Oh wait, who was?
We were?
Yes,
Oh.
that was not a follower of your god. That was a man stealing from you.
But you stole from him.
Yes, because he was stealing from you.
Two wrongs do not make a right.
Well, you can give it back. And I hand the 2 silver, and this is also a knife, a needle with poison in it, so
I don't want your poison.
I don't know what he'd be using it for, but I don't suspect that that is the nicest of men.
Should we go?
We can say you're still back there.
No, I would have given it the stuff back to the man.
Yeah.
And then still offered him the letter.
Okay. Well, he has the letter now. He looks at it and then goes, "Oh yeah, sure. signs a name. The name reads Castor.
Caster?
Cast.
Yeah, Castor. My name.
Okay, come with us.
Oh no, I'm supposed to report to your temple.
Is that what it says?
Uh,
Can I actually read the letter?
oh no, it says only I can read this.
Okay.
Oh, and it does say I get like a bag of gold.
Well, that's if you come with us. Right,
No,
isn't
it
that what
says
they
if I
said,
go to the
Baylor?
temple.
Well, then why would they give us the gold? If I'm very confused by this. I hand
It
him the
said to
gold.
give it to me. You give him the gold, then he goes over to the temple. He goes over to the church district. You don't exactly see him go into the temple.
Yeah.
It's too far away.
No, I assumed as much. We would keep heading on to the library.
Okay. So, at the library, you do see an attendant looking at you. Curious, because you're usually not the most common clientele. Can I help you?
We're looking for someone.
An author?
A wizard.
Wait, was there a description on yours, Valor? Mine had a description.
I look at it again.
Yours had a
Okay.
name. It did not have a description.
Mine
It
had.
had exactly
had-
who you thought.
Okay. Mine had Cordellin, the name.
Oh, that is one of our current people here, but they aren't exactly a people person.
Perfect. We'll
Yeah.
love each other.
Okay.
Yes. We're gonna go talk to him. Can we do that?
Sure. Just have Sarah get you there.
Sarah.
Oh, one moment. She then looks at her notebook, writes down something in it, next to a name known as Sarah, and then moments later you do see or hear someone coming towards the door. You do see that she has the same type of notebook. Oh, is there something you need? Yes, these people wanted to see,
Cordellin.
oh, yes. Oh, looks towards you guys. Are you sure?
Well,
Yes, we've been
I'm
sent
sure
from the
it's
Temple of Tyr.
Oh, you're
Here.
part of his crew. I suppose. Well, come with
See.
me.
Is he a follower of Tyr? His crew?
No, sorry. There was an old man that came here yesterday. Looking
About-
to see if there's a mage that was available to assist you. Didn't give me details. So our boss just, I thought jokingly gave. Well, it doesn't matter. You're here now.
Well, let's meet this mage. Yeah, she did say he's a mage, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You get over there.
Leah's just like looking around at everything, sort of wide-eyed.
While it is festival time, the library is still open, and you do in fact see a good amount of people here. More than likely, information is scarce and hard to find, so a library is a good place to find it. Various people that come from outside of the city, outside of the country, likely come to the libraries to see how people have developed, how magic has developed, and how technology has developed. Overall, it's a great place to learn and perhaps spy. But this is also a library, so the information is basically free to a degree. There's likely hidden information here. But if you have a library card, you can figure out a few things. You don't have them. I don't think any of your
I'd be-
characters would.
No. I'd be keeping my eye on Leah, though. Because I saw
Is-
her steal before.
Is
Just for the record.
this is your city is so colorful? Is that common?
Yes.
Not to disagree, but yes.
What else would it be? Just gray?
Yes.
Where are
Uh,
you from?
Sarah, when hearing this, goes, "Oh, that would make sense. I'm assuming you're from the Underdark then. We don't really get colors down there, well, except for red." You think that's a joke?
Not quite.
Oh, well, I suppose I can let you answer it. In the meantime, I'm gonna go tell him he has guests. So she comes in the door, and Cordella, and she looks at you. Well, people are here to see you. That's an uncommon thing.
He looks up and just nods.
She just opens the door, looks at you guys. Okay, he's ready. She just leaves the room into the next adjacent room.
I enter in and just begin picking up books and looking at them and just flipping through them.
Okay, most of the books here would pertain to the Sundering, the Starfall Festival materials,
I'm not even looking at the pages. I'm just appreciating all the book covers and sort of just feeling the pages sort of wide-eyed.
As the new people enter the room, Cordellan is going to look over them and try to spot any clues to see who they might be affiliated with.
You see the symbols of Tyr upon two of them. You don't really see any symbol affiliation of a company on the other one. The two of Tyr do seem to have monikers indicating that they might be a rank within the temple rather than just a simple follower. And so, the man without a shirt and the man with a shield. Leah, however, no monikered indications, but, well, you are a learned man, so go ahead and roll history. She kind of looks like a drow, but not a drow.
All right. He's going to look over them, and then in an emotionless voice, as they step inside, says, "Right on time. I just came to the realization moments ago that you were on your way. Events are starting. Don't ask what they are. I don't know. All I know is that you were right on time, and whatever brought you here is important to my own research." Cordellan, by the way, right then. He then sits down the book he was reading. "Let me gather my things real quick. Followers of the One Hand, and we shall be off."
Great.
I'm staring, dead-faced, slack-jawed slightly, and I'm like, what?
You didn't get that? He knew we were coming. He was prepared, and we're going.
To be fair, I didn't really get it either.
Hey,
How did he? He could not possibly know
not
that
even
I'm
like,
coming.
Well, there's a lot of books here.
well, like I'm afraid to hand it over, just like sheepishly, because I have no idea what's going on at this point now. I just hand over the letter with the 10 gold in it. To Cordellan.
Okay, Cordellan,
Yeah, so we'll give this to you.
do you receive an envelope? Do you open it?
Yes, he opens it and looks over the letter.
The letter indicates that there are events currently going on with a missive of indication. The missive then reads, "You're currently invited to attend the Temple of Tyr for a systematic partnership. However, you do not have to officially join the Temple of Tyr. However, this does grant you affiliation with the temple and any violence that you intend to do within the city, as I had a premonition that some event will transpire within the following days, during the festival. As such, I do require a mage of some caliber to go and assist the men that I have designated out into town to assist them in any safeguards that they may require, as we have already encountered an enemy of the state that had come in without anyone knowing it. No visible indicating marks suggest that they were from here, but a foreigner. And as the festival is currently about, well, there are many of those wandering the streets. Your presence is needed. If you decide to take on this job, a bag of gold will be presented to you by one of these entities. Please sign here and state that you will accept the job. If not, no harm done, no foul play, and you may join them, but you will not gain the protection of Tyr if you decide not to sign.
He looks at the letter, hands it back, and says, in a very emotionless voice, "It is imperfect. I will sign it when it is perfect."
As a point of curiosity, does the letter include not being able to show it, or possibly something about not following this group?
Part of the missive did read, upon signing, one of these people will likely hand you gold. More than likely means that they can see it to indicate that you signed the thing. It doesn't say it in words, but it does say it in, like, if you read it between the lines. If you're speaking, I can't hear anything.
I just asked the question, so I'm assuming.
No. Not. I think we're ready to go.
What did Cur Dillian say?
Just reading it and ready to go.
Well, he read it, said it's not perfect, and handed it back.
No, I mean, did he answer the question that Leah had to him?
I missed the question Lee asked.
It was, did the letter include anything about not being able to see it? For the paladins to be able to see after you signed? And then I believe Adogma told you.
I did not see anything. But it's imperfect, so who knows? When it's perfect, maybe they'll include that.
To give you context clues, it did say, please sign here, and once signed, one of the members here will hand you a bag of gold. That likely means they have to see the signature. That being said, it is imperfect, so perhaps it did not. But like anyone else, no, it did not say you can't see the thing.
Then it seems that the thief got a different letter.
What thief? You're the only thief here.
That son of a bitch. Vasher, use your sense thing. Find him. We need to...
That's not how it works. And I have the letter. He said he was going to the temple. Let's just go there and meet him.
Did you take the letter from him?
Well, he signed it. I would assume he would hand it back to me.
I did not sign it.
No, not you, the other guy.
And the other guy did not hand it over. He
Oh, okay. So he just walked off.
signed it and walked off. Cordelian gave you the letter back, said it's imperfect, and then stated, it's imperfect. Get back to me when it's done, but in the meantime, good to go.
For the record, for Cordellan's purposes, it'll never be perfect.
Yeah, I assumed.
It's also just FYI, it's Leah teasing you for,
Getting duped.
Yeah.
Oh, it would go totally over my head, just so you know. Like
It's not. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
Those are now his port and dice for the day.
12 and 4. Okay, you guys head back to the temple?
Yep.
Okay, getting rid of you two.
I would just be pointing out to Cordell that the letter is fine. It's lacking his signature is why I think it's imperfect. As we were walking.
You contemplate.
me and Valar just are like looking at the letter together going, maybe it's this? Maybe it's that.
So this Tyr, does he not approve of stealing from thieves?
Well, he's the bringer of justice, and when you think about it, thievery is the opposite of justice. I mean,
Yes, but if it's
Oh.
if you think about it, it's like multiplying a negative, because it's a thief, and you're stealing from the thief, so it's really good, don't
Well,
don't you?
said it right
What's
there.
multiplying?
You said
You have to realize I have an intelligence of 7. I just want to let you know. So I'm playing a stupid character. I'm not trying to be super stupid. So if I go over the line, just let me know.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'm just RPing.
So, with thought and valor in mind, and maybe figuring out what exactly words mean, you head towards the Temple of Tyr.
so. All I'm saying is, if you steal something, to steal it back from someone who stole it, you are still stealing, and that would be the wrong way of going about it. Now,
Oh,
perhaps,
Valor, she has a valid point. If the thief had stolen it in the first place, and you're just taking it back to give back, that's perfectly fine.
well, now see how I think that we should view this is in true form of Tyr justice. They stole something. We don't steal it. We take it back, and we take the hand that they used to steal with it so that they can't repeat their crime. Because part of justice is learning from your mistakes.
That's
I'm-
true, but
You see this, and I point to my missing eye. That's not bandaged or anything. This is because I forgot to duck. And it's only fair that I learned my lesson.
Cordellin speaks up and says, "How is theft any different than or theft is just asset allocation? How is it any different than, say, a governor or a mayor collecting taxes you pay for city guards? That's just asset allocation. It's the
Yeah.
same."
Voter
But
taxes.
with a governor, it's understood that from those taxes, he will be granting you protection.
Do we? I just look at Vasher. Do we pay taxes?
No, you do not.
We pay to the temple pays taxes.
That's true.
The
And who's to say that the thief is just merely collecting taxes from the target in order to provide their own protection?
What protection are they giving to the person they steal from?
What protection is the city guard providing to the citizens? You're putting trust in the hands of someone who can use that money in a harmful manner.
Well, yes,
so,
but
so are you saying that if the city guard is incompetent, that they're not allowed to tax you?
Who's to say the city guard are not the one being the thieves?
well,
The city
generally that leads to a peasant revolt and upheaval, and then a new government is put in place.
And then the new government is corrupt and the cycle starts again.
Well, yes, that's partly the cycle of life in cities.
Your team roll persuasion, even if you're not meaning to.
Sorry,
Everyone roll persuasion.
persuasion.
I'm good at this. You're better.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you were walking around the city streets, looking at people while talking, but mainly talking to your own group. Maybe some people, I don't know, strangers, might cause a revolt in their own hometown, but that's their problem, not yours. But you do manage to finally get to the Temple of Tyr.
We inadvertently started revolts.
So
Alright. So I'm just gonna walk to the head, and say, "Hey, did Castor get here yet?"
No.
He left
You
before.
noticed he had
He should be here.
bandages. He was missing 2 eyes, presumably, and he was
I thought you were
about
going to the head.
this tall. He was
What is-
thin.
Shakes his head no.
Maybe he has a
Something
large
look like-
bear following him.
I don't think so. The only people that have come into town, or at least come into the temple recently, are followers of Tyr, some strangers trying to see what exactly Tyr has to offer, some looky-loos wandering and just taking the scenery.
Well, I found the guy you led me to. He had a bandage on his head, just like in the description. I gave him the letter he signed, and then I gave him the gold. He said he was heading here, so maybe he just got delayed.
Gennaro looks at you. That probably isn't the case. You said
What do
you
you
gave him the letter?
Yes.
He was designated to follow you.
Well, why didn't he? He signed the letter.
It's possible you gave it to the wrong person and he just stole from you.
Well, that's very dishonest of him.
All right.
He's
now,
going on my list.
I'm curious. What would you say is fair to someone like this who steals? Because if you steal back from them, I'm looking at the cleric now with a questioning look on my face. That's wrong? They steal from you and you steal from them?
Okay. Quick question. Leah, are you going to the temple?
I was gonna ask, what does the temple look like?
The temple itself looks like a stone iron gate door with strange brimming brimstones around it. It doesn't have a filigree like some decorative monument, some strange incantation. It does seem to have the symbol on each side of the door of the same symbol that your two group members wear and adorn upon themselves. It is like a stone building, cool blue, but nothing chauvinistic.
Still, she is going to be going to the walls and simply sort of like looking at everything intently, like for if she'd seen it for the first time. She trails behind the group because she just like every room has to, walk around and sort of inspect things. But eventually she catches up.
That's fair. Like one of the guards mentioned before, people do this. So it's not uncommon. So, Gennaro basically mentions that this is basically a thief that you gave money to before Leah got there. And then states somewhere around, say, stealing from someone, but a little bit worse, since they actively knew that they were stealing from someone. And then did it twice. So not the...
What are you talking about?
Did I answer the wrong question, or did I misremember the question you asked?
There you are.
Was that?
Did I answer the wrong question, or did I misremember your question?
No. I was absent-mindedly continuing on the stealing discussion.
Okay, well then he continues on, says he's a bad guy. Try not to get deceived again. This is another 10 gold that's out of his pocket. Again. Just be more careful.
Friend? I'm going to turn to Gonorrhea.
It's Ganara, but good call.
Ganara. Friend, I see that your man is a righteous knight, but it doesn't take being familiar with this plane to be familiar with someone that is probably going to lose that money again.
Alright.
Well,
I can see someone take this money from
to
me.
be fair, I was the first one that lost the first time. The second time was unfortunately his. Long story. Not pertaining to this matter at the moment in time, technically. By the way, who are you?
Oh, she's a thief we found.
Yes.
Oh, so you did find them.
and perhaps
well, no.
you could bring some
She
cheer.
stole from the guy that we gave the letter to, who then stole from us. So
I
actually,
could
she's
tell he
alright.
was a thief.
See,
It
this
was obvious.
Yes. Only after I saw you steal from somebody else. I just thought you were trying to distract me.
I told you not to give the money to him. I put my hand
Right
on
after seeing you steal something, like I'm going to trust you. Though in
That was
hindsight, I probably should
before.
have trusted you.
I did that before. I thought we had built a rapport, and that one time we saw each other, and I thought you were a ruffian.
Ganara looks at you guys. Blades at the ready again.
Valar is
Sorry?
actually going to completely change his tune and just be like, look at Vash and be like, yeah, I trusted her.
Yeah, that makes sense. He looks towards.
Basher's just looking around a little confused now, like, wait, what's going on?
No, he's not asking you to have your blades at the ready. He's saying, did you guys have blades at the ready while you were roaming around town again?
Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't understand that.
It's fine.
I always have my hammer and shield with me.
With lightning speed, I just whip out my javelin again. I'm like, you can hardly call this a blade. I mean, at best, it's like a large spike.
Looks towards Leah. These two are fighters. It's what they're trained to do. They can heal sometimes, other times they can go beyond their limits. Tact is for one of them.
If you need something punched, I'm your man. If you need to talk to Tyr, Vasher's your man.
And this... I am interested in hearing more about this Tyr. And this is such a beautiful home of yours. A temple.
If you think this is great, wait till you see the mead barrel we have over there in the barracks.
You're making meat again.
I mean,
It's...
there's not much else to do lately. I just kind of wait for these people to show up, and every once in a while we get to go out and find some sort of problem to solve. But I mean, mead making is actually a very, very intensive process. I mean, it's hard to remember all the stuff to put in, I understand, yeah, and I've made like 5 batches I know that weren't great, but
Well,
Did you at least remember to put the lid on this time? We got rats last time.
fuck, I'll be back. And I just leave.
While Baylor goes and checks on his brewing supplies, Ganara looks towards Cordellan. Oh, you managed to get my letter as well. Looks towards Vasher. Did he happen to sign it?
Yes. No, he did not. Sorry, that was the other guy.
Oh,
No,
well,
he said it was imperfect and he refused to sign it.
Yes, that's what the headmaster basically told me. Not the headmaster, head librarian. Sorry, he didn't attend the school. That's what the head librarian did state was likely going to happen. It's fine as long as he's helping. That's appropriate. Now,
Cordellan speaks up and says, "Yes, if I were to have handed that to a being of the fire, from the elemental plane of fire, it would ignite. Fix it." And then just quiets again.
all right. He looks towards you and just mumbles, but doesn't really hide it. I mean, I knew who I was giving it to, but okay. All right then. Your main mission is to go and not just yet. You would need
Mission?
to... Oh, that's right. Well, they do need a 4th. Do you mind accompanying them? I could requisition a 5th, and I still might, but right now, I need more of a thorough group for them. You did say you had training in the shader business, which they do not, and they might need that
Well,
skill.
My training is as an archer, but I had to scrounge by in life.
We all do from time to time.
It's What is this? Are you adventurous?
Not really. They work for the Temple of Tyr. I assign them missions from time to time. Cordellan's a librarian.
That sounds like adventure to me. I would love to do that.
Oh, well, excellent. He then hands you basically a carbon copy, just with Cordellan's name crossed off. And he just asks you for your name so he can fill it in.
You just want a name here, and then I sign Ella.
Okay. Ella. Very good. He then prints out the name. Basically, it's a carbon copy of Cordellan's. It's just your name. It's the name you gave instead of his. Basically, he just didn't want to make another propositional contract. He got lazy.
Oh, I thought I was signing something.
Yes, you are.
Okay, because I just definitely didn't want to sign anything.
Yeah, I know. I had assumed. But doesn't have any reason to not trust you, so he just accepts it. This is kind of the problem he had last time. And then hands you 10 gold in a pouch. Bag.
You are awfully trusting.
Oh, no, not entirely. Again, you're working with the team. If you manage to get violent with them or do something to jeopardize the mission, well, there are people around you.
Fair enough. Name's Leah, by the way, and I leave.
Oh, interesting. Did you just say and just leave?
Yeah, I just walk out.
Okay.
I come barreling back in and just out of breath. Look over Vasher. I need another mead barrel. There were rats in that one. I look over
Kill all the rats.
This time, can I get one with a lid?
We got a lid. We had a lid. I told you to put the lid on. Let's just go.
It was because we were trying it. That's what. As we're walking, as Vasher's just walking
Actually,
away.
wait.
That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
He gives Vasher the basic mission briefing.
That's what I was going to
on
say.
a
I'm
piece of
like,
paper.
wait a second. We didn't get our mission yet.
He just gives you the
Sorry.
mission and a piece of paper. It's fine.
Thank you.
He was going to do that
Roll.
anyways, but was going to also explain it.
You can explain it. I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
No. Because he sees people leaving, he just gives you the paper and assumes you're going to head out.
Okay. We'll get right to it.
Right.
Get on our way. So, what is our mission?
Your main mission is to go and observe the area around you. You're supposed to find out anything or anyone that is currently not right within the town. While, yes, there are strangers within the town, you are able to observe anyone that is completely foreign to you. Any entity that does not belong within this plane is to be observed and, well, not harassed, but kept an eye on. If you see no pertaining incident that correlates with them, you no longer need to survey them. That being said, if you do find anything about them that is awry, askew, and misplaced, take for example if they pay with money that is not common to this kingdom, anywhere in this world, like they may pay with gold, but the gold might have a symbol that is completely foreign. Maybe look into them, or maybe they go off and shoot someone with a bow and arrow. Basically, you're to keep the peace, and if someone is extremely strange, present company excluded, to see if they are more than meets the eye. Unfortunately, his premonition does not give very good descriptives. The only premonition he had that was in the missive was when the stars continued to fall, and at a point in time, where the stars begin to fall heavily, which is usually the midpoint of the festival. 2.5 days from now, a strange event is to likely occur, where blood begins to rain down through the streets, and creatures from the darkness begin to attack the town. If there's anyone trying to call them here, he wants you to stop them.
So I would have gathered everybody as we're walking out and explained that to him, and then also added at the end. And also, we're keeping an eye out for that caster fellow. If you see
in case
the
you forgot, he's got like a blindfold on. Presumably, he's got no eyes. They're
I'll
big.
have my eyes
Need an
peeled.
owlbear with him.
Good.
I just imagine if an owlbear took both of my eyes, I'd want to try and find revenge. So,
I suspect he was lying about that.
well, I mean, it's possible, but owlbears can be pretty vicious. You've seen one, Herbert.
Yes,
We fought
but
one on the roads once.
based on our dealings, I suspect he was lying.
That's true. There's not an
Well-
owlbear as big as a room.
While this is going on, since Cordellin suspects that there might be trouble ahead, he's going to cast Mage Armor on himself.
Now, that lasts a while, but specific-wise, how long?
8 hours.
Okay, good. I remembered it correctly.
As we pass and we, I'm gleefully sort of running around a little bit. Not gleefully, but sort of super interested in a lot of things. But Leah's also gonna, look around for the markings of Thieves' Cat.
Yeah. I'm imagining like a kid in a museum running from exhibit to exhibit looking at things.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had that mental image right.
Okay.
And in a lot of ways, everything is like a kid to her.
That's a big map. Holy crap.
Not everything is needed. FYI. Some buildings
Started
are
going around trying to find things, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
wow.
Some buildings are just personal buildings. So just don't break into every building you see.
That won't be a problem.
Or do break into every building we see to make the DM work harder.
Have you heard the word of Tyr?
But I let you guys see the bar. You know at least of the bar.
Yeah.
But speaking about
Essentially,
the
our
bar,
job right now is just to observe the festivities and and keep an eye out for anything weird going on.
yeah. Speaking of which, since you're observing the town throughout the day, go ahead and roll for me investigation checks.
Oh, fantastic.
Leah, are you specifically looking for any monikers of thievery, or just in general anything?
I was just gonna sort of just keep my eyes open just to look for I was more looking for thievery, but I guess I'm also doing what the party's doing.
Now it's just if you're looking for something specific, the number would likely be lower because it's something specific, and if you don't find it, you don't find it.
Okay, I'm gonna look for some thievery stuff while the party does that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you want me to roll investigation?
Yes. So, I did not think one of you would roll a natural 20 on
still
the
need-
first day. But, things happen. So, when you're looking about wandering the streets, you begin to see that there's the bar currently full brewing and blistering about. Most of you just enjoy the scenery, and most of you just look at the area. Vasher, you go and look at the bar. Who knows? Maybe someone in there might need to hear the word about Tyr. You see someone come towards it as if they're drunk, stumbling about, and then place a strange symbol when they hit their palm on the doorway. Just simply there by it. What that symbol is, it's hard to discern, but it does seem to register you as some type of knowledgeable component of something. A strange organization clearly trying to tell their organization that there's someone there that they need to meet. And for the person that specifically looked for this thing, Leah, you also see this symbol. You know as this as Thieves' Cant. You know this as a symbol to say, hey, the meetup's in here.
Okay. I sort of scope it out.
Okay. The rest of the group joining, Vasher, you do know that something is going to happen within this building. Not yet, as they just did it, but something is going to.
I'd essentially walk up, go, what a strange thing to do, and then follow that guy.
The meeting is... There's supposed to be a meeting. I tell the party.
Oh, is that what that means?
It's this person, by the way, that placed the marker.
Sorry, I missed that.
I missed it.
Right here.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
But so
So I had to walked in. Well, no, because she told me what the sign meant.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but what language is this?
It's religious.
Religion. I didn't know you were religious. You seem very confused about Tyr.
In my own way, I worship. And I say something in Thieves' Cant. And
Well, Thieves' Cant is an actual language. It's like code.
oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but
it's also kind of similar
You
to
probably
sign language as well.
Underdark, right?
I thought it was like Pig Latin.
It can be, depending on the organization or group. If you want it to be Pig Latin, that's fine.
Yeah, that's why I always assumed it was something like that.
Oh, Thieves' Cant has historically been hand gestures.
Yeah. Historically wise,
Okay.
it's hand gestures similar, but not completely similar to sign language, but, symbolism rather than actual sign language.
Not
some-
too much different than like flashing gang signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it described as the scene from Ocean's 11, I think it was, where they go to talk to the one guy and they're all talking like random sentences.
Mm-hmm. Thieves' Cant currently also has the language attribute as well, which is a string of sentences that are not appropriate for the scenario, but not complacent with everyday language. So, take for example, you're at a market and you begin to talk about how the weather is today, how everything else is going, and then immediately this person goes into, so how's your baby? Still weighing 2 pounds? Blah 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 blah. Basically, you're putting in the information within the sentence.
Okay.
But it can also be a transitional phrase, a strange dialect or tone into a language like Pig Latin. If
Okay.
that's what you want to work with, which is fine.
It's
yeah.
it works anywhere. But
Yeah, I posted the scene I was talking about because it's a great scene anyway.
Like a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to check that out at some time. That's what
Oh.
I think of when I think of Thieves' Cant. The little...
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, if you're religious, perhaps you should consider comparing your god's teachings to those of a powerful god like Tyr. I'm sure that, well, not to take away from your religious practices or anything, of course not, but, maybe in your religious beliefs there's something about, living a more honest life, perhaps one free of theft. And a more righteous purpose, really.
well, I'm certainly interested in finding out more about this Tyr. The Queen was never someone for me.
Without having to drag everyone else along for it. In the quiet moments of us all walking around here, I would just be spitting stories and tales of Tyr to Leah.
While you're doing that, someone just walks in.
I mean, okay. All of this was happening. I was gonna follow the guy in right after all that. It was more supposed to be like we were having this conversation as walking in.
Yeah.
How
okay.
much does Cordellin actually
Yeah.
know about Tyr? How much does Cordellin actually know about Tyr?
Depends. How much did you pick up? Well, not pick up, but how much did you study in religious context?
He is proficient in religion.
You would know the base structure of how Tyr works, but nothing like hidden, kept to only the clergy themselves. But you would know how Tyr functions, how their clergymen function, how their disciples and the like function.
This is where I lead off with in my introduction. I used obscure knowledge.
Okay, Valor, while you're contributing to Leah's religious teachings, Cordellin basically backs you up.
We should follow the Neko girl.
Well, I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, why not? We can finish talking about the.
And
the stuff here.
Cordellin would not back him up.
Okay, so you're just listening to him, seeing if he makes a mistake?
No, I would correct him because Tyr is he is a god who moved in this pantheon because he was a lesser god in another pantheon and he was much weaker than what is being described.
Give him just a hearty ass slap on the back. Lesser god. I just chuckle and walk away.
And
I was
and so there's no stealing with Tyr, even from bad people.
It's all about justice. It's about doing what's right.
well. It's about righting the wrongs.
Have you ever heard of street justice?
I mean, in my opinion, streets don't really get justice. I mean, they're not.
Don't worry about it. I'm very a fan of that. I grew up with quite a bit of that. So it's
I was gonna follow
justice.
that. Sorry.
I just said so is justice.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna. I get more. So I was gonna say I would just follow that guy in. You'd see him walk back to this empty table, and I'd walk over, and then just seat myself across from him.
He nods, doesn't tell you to move. In Thieves'
Seeing
Camp,
that
you do see that he gives you his name. Leah does probably tell you that he called himself Unotal. Probably. Depends on what you feel. A few moments later...
I do. I jump down knowing that I sort of need to be there to translate.
Yeah. Moments later, the tiefling woman that came in, because you guys said you didn't stop, comes in as well, sits down, and doesn't say anything, doesn't give Thieves' Cant, just sits down. Unatal looks at her, makes hand gestures, and she simply shakes her head. He's confused by this, and then in Thieves' Cant states, so, how's the weather? Is everything all right with Margaret? And in the actual term of Thieves' Cant states, you do need to register what exactly I have just stated. Thanks to Leah, Vasher, you didn't have to say anything. But this woman then looks towards him and going to roll something. Thankfully enough, notice the pattern that Leah used Thieves' Cant in, and was able to repeat the same message. And Ulatal nods. Leah, you can tell she does not technically belong there. But she clearly knows where she's at. Valor and Cordellin, what are you two doing?
I'm just gonna kind of stand near the fire, keeping an eye on things, but not sitting down because it's comfortable over here, and I prefer to stand.
Yes, Cordellan is just standing and observing his surroundings, looking for clues of anything that might be amiss.
I will say the one thing I am watching is sort of because of years of travel and experience. I am watching Vasher's actions, and should they seem like things would be heated up, I would start readying myself for a fight. Should I feel like it gets provoked?
In Thieves' Cant, I'm gonna aggressively state, basically, I was forced to take a guard. Why am I here? I'm here for the meeting.
Roll deception.
I'm just pleasantly smiling and nodding along. not
Come on,
having any
baby,
idea what's
let's
going on.
go. Oh. Oh. Big oof.
Okay,
That's not at all ominous.
so the man looks towards you and in Thieves' Cant begins to sign something. All the while, Valor and Cordellan, sorry, that name's going to take a while. Do you see that this Dragonborn moves to this table, not to attack, but simply gesture towards these individuals to move? They do so post haste.
Like he tells them to move and they leave?
Tells them is a nicer way of basically strong arming them to move.
Okay.
You look at the bartender and you can see that there's something gleaming in her eyes. She's wondering something, but you can clearly tell that she can completely read the room and you notice her grab something from underneath the counter. You, by the way she's grabbing it, can discern it is not beer, it is not mead, it is not alcohol, but she's standing at the ready. She then looks towards this Dragonborn at the far end corner, south side by the doorway, and not in Thieves' Cant, but in a more military structured pattern, nods at him in a way of saying, "Get ready and stand by."
I'm just trying to keep my cool.
Yeah. But Unatal looks towards you and simply states, alright then. This is supposed to be the meeting site. He's saying all this in Thieves' Cant, but it's basically giving you, seeing how Margaret is. But I'm not going to do this again. No, actually, he moved them specifically so he didn't need to do Thieves' Cant. Vasher, you're a part of this. He then states, alright then. You were supposed to be here within the day. I just got here not that long ago, but fine. Nice guard, by the way. He then
Thank you.
looks towards the tiefling woman. I'm assuming you're here for the exact same reason. Sorry, I stopped speaking. A motorcycle was near my window. Then she states, yes, I was sent here to see how things are coming about. Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, currently the situation is underway. Thankfully, we acquired enough individuals into the sewer system for today. We'll go and hunt some more tomorrow, but right now we have plenty for today. Within 2 days' time, we will have enough to finally make the ritual a success and make this another beacon point. But
Great.
thankfully, what was that?
I just smile, saying great.
But thankfully, no one has uncovered anything. Luckily enough, we were able to move and strike while the iron's hot. Flickering Flame is still underground, but the stupid snake is still having issues with him, but a deal's a deal and they won't not honor it. But if we need to kill him, we should make sure to kill him. Now then, thankfully enough, thanks to this festival, many thieves have been able to enter inside the city. So they'll be standing on guard. We have paid them well, so it's not really an issue if they decide to turn. After all, if they decide to turn, no one will take them in. So just keep watch, keep about, and make sure you keep the sewer system entranceways clear.
And which one do I cover?
You're supposed to cover the... Let's see here. The people that were supposed to meet today. The East Side District. Looks towards the Tiefling. You're supposed to cover the West Side District. Alright?
That's not very close to the site.
That's the entire point. Only we have keys other than the people that are actually working down there. And they are too busy making sure that the main water source is clean to see us come and go. But if we need to kill them, well, just one more body to the ritual. That, however, needs to be fresh, so try to capture them if you need to, if you're walking down there, but don't kill them, at least not till tomorrow.
And how are we supposed to trust those that are guarding the water source?
You're not.
Did you vet them?
The ones that are guarding the water source work with
Okay.
the water source. The others that work with us, you can trust them as far as you can throw them. They are all mercenaries except for Flickering Flame, who paid us all. So, if he did not pay you enough, then clearly he did not pay them enough, which means you don't trust them. So watch your back. I wouldn't have to tell a thief that, now would I? He winks.
I don't wink back. I look pissed.
Yeah, you should. It was clearly, an intent to get some type of emotional reaction. He then states, "All right then, I'll have to remove the mark now that you arrived early, but that's fine. I can handle that. Whatever. I'll just find the third person before they come here. Shouldn't be too much of an issue."
I think that until my contract is renegotiated, I'll not. I think I'm getting paid a little too. Not enough to deal with your bullshit.
Then speak with him. I really don't care. I am the middleman, giving you information. That's all I'm supposed to do.
Arrange a meeting.
Just go down into the sewers and find him. You know the way.
Yes, but I don't want to be. How do you say? Stood up.
He's the one conducting the ritual. He would not leave. That would be stupid and pointless.
I can tell that you're not going to be very much of a help, but I will fulfill my end of the bargain and keep the sewer entrance clean, not full of the ruckus that is moving around the city.
Just make sure if anyone tries to go in, you divert them. Some people try to make this an adventurous day and go down to the sewers to see if they can find something mysterious or pull some stupid prank. Just make sure no one goes down there. Before or afterwards, you can speak with the boss about getting paid more. I really don't care what you do, as long as you do your job. He looks towards the tiefling woman. You as well. Now then, I need to go remove that mark. He looks towards the dragon-born individual. In Thieves' Cant states, meeting ended, and the dragonborn goes back to the bar.
Does watching the bartender, does she seem more relaxed now?
More relaxed, but still holding on to whatever is underneath that counter.
I'm going to nod to the tiefling.
Okay. She waits before doing anything until he's basically out of range.
You
While
know
he's
that
leaving, I'm just gonna go up to the bar and order something. Like
you know that we are getting paid way too little for this job.
She looks at you. Leah, roll deception.
I'm so bad. Why am I rolling deception?
Okay. When you say that, she looks towards Vasher and she simply states, "I thought you guys were doing the same thing I'm doing." Does she, looks and points towards Leia. Does she actually work for them?
Sorry. Guys, I missed that entire thing. My internet just like shit.
I thought you would be quiet.
Yeah, I thought you were actually quiet. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I haven't heard like the last 30 seconds. It's been like robots.
It's fine. Quick recap. You went to a meeting. You accidentally pretended to be the people that were supposed to go to the meeting. He told you to keep the sewer entrances clear. If anyone tries to go down there, prevent them from doing so. He then stated, if you really want to go and negotiate your pay, go and speak with the boss. He doesn't leave the ritual site. He doesn't care what you do as long as you do the job. Now get to work. And then he left. He then told the Dragonborn that was keeping an eye on the table that the meeting's over and he can go back to sit down. He then left, removed the mark that was next to the door, and then left somewhere else. Valor went to go get a drink.
Okay.
Cordellan is still at the fire.
Cool. Sorry about that.
And then
It's-
we're having a conversation.
Yes.
at the-
Leah asked the tiefling woman, "Hey, we're getting underpaid," and she looked towards you, Vasher, and simply states, "I thought you were doing the same thing I was doing." I'm sorry. Looks towards Leah. Is she actually working for them?
Wait, is she talking to me?
Yes.
Oh. Is she talking in like normal? Like common?
Common tongue.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Yes, she's working with them.
Yes, of course.
Roll deception.
Can you? I'm gonna just like jump in and try to help him out, and just like say, like, I don't do things for your bullshit reasons. I do them for money.
Okay. Vasher, advantage. Roll again.
Oh, I have advantage?
Now you do.
I mean, I rolled pretty good anyway.
I mean, you still get the highest run.
Here's
Roll
the 20.
better.
Yeah.
You rolled
Cordellan.
even better.
Cordellan, you can clearly tell that she misread the situation, but these two clearly think that she's working for the enemy. But not really knowing, she in a more... She kind of reminds you of you when she goes to speak next, states, "Oh, that's right. We are supposed to go and help them. We are underpaid. Yes, this is true." It says nothing else.
I'm a bit
Then-
confused. This is the tiefling at the table, right?
This is a tiefling at the table.
Okay.
Then let's go and let's go negotiate. Could
Oh.
you take me to the boss?
Sure, let's go. Valor, in the meantime, you're ordering a drink. The bartender comes over towards you. Is there something you need? She
Can
clearly
I roll-
hasn't let go.
Can I check insight her intentions?
The tiefling or the bartender?
The tiefling.
Yeah, go for it. She's going to take you there. But you can clearly tell that she doesn't want to take you there.
Okay.
It's not as if she's hiding anything particular. It's just a weird situation.
I think she's part of a cult, and she thinks I'm one of the people hired by the cult.
Yeah, basically. So, before she takes you there, Valor ordered a drink. Is there something you need?
You said she's still like holding on to whatever it is.
Yeah, she basically just slid it over to your side.
Both my hands on top of the bar right now, like leaning over it, staring at her. I'm like, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And my eyes drift down to where her hand is.
Drifting down to where her hand is, you can clearly tell that she does have what appears to be a short bow ready in hand and already loaded. She's not pointing it towards you, but she has it ready in case something was to happen. She was clearly... I'll just tell you right now. She's the one that rolled natural 20. So in case something was going to happen, she was going to shoot first.
Well, I don't think there's any need for that, small lady. Look at them over there. Get rid of Vasher. Yeah, he's smiling. That's good. And I look back over her.
She looks towards you. I didn't see it before, but she is around 6 feet 2 inches. I don't know if you're taller than that. I'm gonna assume you are.
Pretty tall, but I don't think that she would be much smaller than me, if anything.
Yeah, she is still smaller though. But she does state, "That's fair enough." She does not let go of it, but she does state, "But there's still strangers about, and I'd rather have my weapon at the ready rather than letting it go."
Well, sounds like we're on shit detail. So, I just point to the guy beside me. I'll have one of those before we go. Whatever he's drinking.
At that time, I yell over, "Valor, time to go."
Damn it!
She hands you what appears to be a mug of ale with a cover.
I'm going to basically drink it and set it on the table right next to this orc guy right here.
Okay, it's actually very, very good. When you remove the cover, basically it's a to-go mug, which actually exists, but they're not just covers. But anyways, when you removed it to look at it, you can tell that there was this message inscribed in magic, so it will disappear once you finish reading it, on the lid. Do you actually read it, or do you just let it go?
Yeah, I think my passive perception's high enough. I would pick it up. Yeah.
Okay. All you needed was a 10, so unless it's lower than 10,
I got a 14.
you're fine. The message reads in common, so no need for, unless you can't read common, unless you decided you can't read common. It does state. Sorry, stop speaking. Motorcycles again. Unfortunately, that's common. The message does read: Wandering flames move about, demonic heritage roams. Enter the streets at night, people begin to go. Round and round the streets turn. Looking down, the snakes slither. Giant and massive canals form, while those get drained. You can roll insight to interpret what this means, but as you finished reading it and letting it go, it does disappear. You can tell others if you want to, but from what you gather, there are snakes, there are demons, and there's a draining canal.
I would read it, and having downed the ale, set it on the table there, as Vasher had said we were leaving, I just walk over to Vat and Liar, and
As Valor comes, I'm gonna just start standing up, and I will say, "Well, I'll let you two devotees chat it out as I follow you down and move back to Valor."
Do you think that this tunnel, this drainage place that they were talking about going to, Vasher, you think that they have snakes?
As Vasser passes, I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay.
Snakes.
I
So-
doubt it. With the amount of rats in this city, if we had snakes, we'd probably have much less.
As we were walking out, I'm just like telling him, like, yeah, the lady over there put a weird message in my beer. Whatever.
You had a message in your beer? How does that even work?
Weird. Like the words, did they look like magic-y, like weird floating words, or?
It's a specific spell, but I'm blanking on the name. I just,
Fit.
what's the word called again? Man, I'm blanking on the name of the spell. But it's magical incantation that just stays there on the lid.
Okay, not like illusory script or something, right?
No.
I think I know what he's talking about. It's one of the illusion things where you can put a mark on things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called either.
Vader,
I know what you're talking about.
I need your help for 1 second. Can you come back here?
Yeah, sure.
She just looks
Yeah,
at
sure
you
thing.
guys. Take your time.
No, continue on. We'll follow.
No, it's like we're walking along. He's just falling back.
Okay.
Walk
Yeah.
with her.
She moves. Continues to move then.
Yep, we'll just follow her.
Okay. I
I'm still
had
looking around for Caster.
Need me to do?
She's taken. These are some type of weird cult. Something weird is going on. This. We're supposed to be going to see this flickering flame. I don't know what it is. Ritual. Something. This is crazy. I think she thinks that Vasha is a loyalist. Just play along with it.
He's very loyal. But no, hey, that.
Okay, but that's not quite what I meant. But
that flame that you mentioned. My beer had a funny message about a flickering flame. As we'd be following along, I would be.
I also would have told you yesterday that I got possessed by the flickering flame.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Kind of clicks. Like the beer had flickering flame and snakes and tunnels and demons.
we're about to be heading into some serious crap.
You know what? Actually, Vasher can smell it. Literally, we should ask him because he's got a really good nose.
Okay. While you're heading towards the area, you do in fact see one individual that you were keeping an eye out for. They are heading towards the bar, however.
Wait, I see Caster?
You see
boy.
Caster.
Where do I see him?
Oh, oops. I did not do that properly. He's heading into the bar that you just left.
Okay. Hang on.
just dash
She's not
behind him.
stopping, by the way. So
No. Yeah. Hold on. Hang on, because I need to. I'm getting my measuring tape. So this is 40 feet. Okay. As soon as I see him, I use command and say approach.
okay, what's the save?
Wisdom 13.
Wisdom 13. Okay. What's the distance, by the way?
60 feet. So there's the whole spell.
There he is.
But I know it's kind of wordy.
I just needed the range.
Yep. That's why I
okay.
was checking. I was measuring.
So that
just to
should
make
be
sure I was within
fine.
range.
Wisdom. Okay. Do. 15, you said?
13.
Oh, 13. Okay. Well, he rolled 15.
Well,
this
shit.
would be a fun place to use the 4.
So you would see me spin around after I notice this guy, point to him, and just yell, approach!
He just looks at you while you shouted at him, and just says, "Oh shit!" and then runs away.
Wait a second, I changed his 15 to a 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you just said this would be a great point.
Place to use the 4 for my portent dice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So it's actually a 9.
That's a
So it's
9
4 plus
then.
5.
Ah, man. He just comes over towards you.
I believe he will move his
His full movement.
most direct route, ending his turn if it moves within 5 feet of you.
Yeah.
As he passes me, I'm just gonna try to
I
swipe
ju-
that bag.
I just put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, so Caster, why didn't you show up at the temple? As we keep walking, I'm gonna just lead him by his shoulder.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna walk up behind him in this little formation here, and just one big ass arm around his shoulders, and just pushing him along now. The other hand holding my shield, like pressed up against him on the other side, like I could just squish him if I felt like it.
And Cordellan just absently mindedly says, "This is not your day."
Huh. Well, it certainly isn't. Everyone roll turn order. / initiative.
Gotta love that +0 to initiative.
Damn.
Your guide isn't going to help you.
Well, the thing is, see, you go for a low initiative. That way, once everybody's like had their turn, you can come in and clean up. It hasn't been working out. I think I missed. Actually, yeah, didn't I miss every hit last game?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Landed the command though.
Oh yeah. Well, with help.
Oh.
Thank God for divination wizards.
So, just out of curiosity, because I gotta make my move here first, but setting the stage, was he like this person? So his command was to approach, and he did approach, so now he's kind of like under his own faculties as I've grabbed him kind of like around, arm around the shoulders thing and walking him along,
Yeah.
kind of towards.
He's now
It-
under his own command.
I was gonna say, but he's like, is he like resisting or fighting or, what's he done?
He's about to grab for a weapon that was onto his side. Because unfortunately you gave him his stuff back.
Okay. So, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, for my turn, I would see him reaching for a weapon.
You would see him go for the bag that you gave him back, and in that bag, did you give him back the apple?
I believe he gave back the apple, but I kept the pen because he didn't want the pen. Or actually, no, I don't think. I think that you never.
No, you kept all of his stuff that you took.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me see what he has left over that you did not get.
Because Leah was saying that she was giving it back to us, because, like, oh, he stole this from you. Right? Or did I
Yeah.
understand that? Okay, yeah.
Or no, I was saying that he stole. He was trying to steal from you, so it's fine to steal from him.
Okay, see.
And I wonder what this person we were following, what they're going to do.
Probably nothing. You can tell that they're reaching for something to their side that no longer is there, I guess. It's a good thing that they're more than one thing. What do you do, Valor?
All right, so it looks like they are reaching for something. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just going to. I'm not sure what other abilities to roll in this, but I'm basically going to kind of firm up my grip around this person's shoulder, and then without dropping my shield, maybe try and like spin them so they're facing me, and I'm now just kind of like lifting them up and pushing and pulling them into my shield, kind of like crushing them there.
That would be some type of athletics versus their athletics or acrobatics, because they're not just going to let you do that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like hardcore grappling here.
22.
Jesus.
He's very nimble. As you begin to try to pin him down with your abs and your shield, unfortunately, he's too quick and moves to the side. Thankfully enough, though, he's not getting that far away.
So I'm going to, I assume we're kind of doing this at this point with like a slight walk as we're continuing on here, and this fight's just starting to happen. So I'm gonna slow my pace and maybe step back, kind of like around the group here. Like now that he's kind of like slipped past me, I'm gonna back off real quick and kind of get like ready as a chase. But
All right.
my move is
Do you have
procking
anything
it.
that doesn't proc attack of opportunity?
I don't.
Okay.
Pay attention.
Then he's just going to try to punch you.
That's good.
As a
My
6.
shield. He definitely misses.
Definitely misses. Cordellan.
Seeing this is going on, Cordellan is going to reach forward and try to shocking grasp him.
As you do so, you see these two civilians run away. They have nothing to do with this.
Oh,
That does it.
Nice.
He does a mighty 2 damage.
As he gets zapped with a powerful shock, enough to kill a normal peasant, but not a farmer. Farmers usually have 4 HP. You do see that he looks pissed off and looks at you and goes, well, maybe. No eyes. He does look at you and then states, look, I don't care what you want. I was supposed to be there as a third man squad. What the hell are you doing here? Anything else, Cordellan?
Nope, he's just touching him, shocking him, and staring on.
Okay, he's pissed, but unfortunately the one that he's most concerned with mainly the one with the tattoos, he'll go for the one he considers the weakest, and unfortunately that is Cordellan. Fortunately, though, has no weapons. So let's see what he can do. Okay. He's going to try to punch you in the face. 21.
That's going to hit.
Okay. With a strange mark of incantation around his hands, you can tell that they begin to shine and gleam. Not with some strange spell he just cast, but perhaps some type of inner chi. 6 points of damage.
All right.
And with a strange inner glow once more, he tries to punch you once more. 17 and 9.
The 9 does not hit. The 17 does.
Okay. And that's 7 more.
All right.
You can clearly tell he's a monk. Leah.
I was just.
Okay.
Well, he has monk levels, not a complete monk.
As soon as I see him, I realize he's more of a threat than I thought he would be. So Leah just moves. He's going to invoke attack of opportunity as she moves here.
Nope. He doesn't get an attack opportunity because he already took it on me. That's why I moved.
Nope,
The
it's
round-
his turn again.
Went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was his turn. Just went.
Yeah. Thankfully enough, he doesn't get his proficiency when he does opportunity attacks. Long story, I won't explain it. 21.
He hits.
Well, that's not fair. 9.
All right.
Go on.
I take 9 damage. It is I take the 9 damage, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide. Can I here, or do I have to move back a little bit?
No, you're good.
And then I'm going to whip out my longbow and re-emerge, or can I attack from here with the longbow?
You can attack from there with your longbow. He'll have an
And-
indication where you're at, but he won't know specifically where you're at.
Should I roll stealth for hiding?
Yes, please.
And I'm going to go ahead and roll a longbow attack at him.
I'm pretty sure that hits. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So that is a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
Are you meaning to kill him?
I'm not. I'm just... What do you call it? I'm just trying to shoot him
Okay.
Disabled.
as hard as I can
As you-
in the
Non-lethal damage. Non-lethal damage.
in the foot. In the foot.
Uh-huh.
I just try.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be specific, magic's really the only thing you can't non-lethal. So if you cast a fireball, you can't non-lethal that.
yeah.
Okay.
But this is fine.
No, it's a joke from. Yeah, exactly. Never mind.
A non-lethal fireball.
Yeah.
Anyways, you go over to the corner and manage to grab onto the filigree around the two buildings. You use it to bring yourself up to the roof and manage to hide in stealth, all the while keeping an eye on this individual. Unfortunately, he can't do the same. No eyes. But with your longbow, you do stride in motion and put your hand at the ready. With a quick wrist, you manage to shoot the longbow straight into his abdomen, not to the point where it'd be fatal, but to the point of where he'd hit the ground and not be able to get back up immediately. He is down, but he is not out. Unfortunately, due to the shock in his nervous system, he's not going to get up anytime soon. He can still talk, though. And unfortunately for him, combat is over.
All right.
So, unfortunately for him, he had 20 hit points.
So, did the guide stop, or are they still walking? I mean, technically, we're still inside of like 6 seconds here.
They're going slowly, but they're honestly keeping an eye out at the people that violently attacked a random stranger.
Okay. Well, knowing that he's been a lawbreaker, I would just walk up and just grab him, like, you know, with a fist there on his robes, you know, just on his chest there, and literally just start pulling him with us so that Vasher can question him.
Okay.
Does he look like he's about to die?
No, but he is about to pass out.
Okay, so I'm gonna yank the arrow out and just give him 1 health from my lay on hands. Just tap him just to like seal the wound.
Okay.
Keep him up.
You do that, it's perfectly fine. I am going to say that one of you, I am going to assume the one that's dragging him, basically has him in a bear hug or tied him with a rope.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm basically kind of like pulling his fragile corpse along. So, yeah.
As
Grapple.
And I was
I
also
walk
gonna
along... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was gonna give 8 health to Cordelin as well, to bump him up a little bit.
I was going to be walking alongside the tiefling, and
You can clearly tell she's judging your team.
as now you understand why the flickering flame decided to choose us.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's all she says.
Wait, did Leo get hit too?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
I took an opportunity attack.
Oh, right. Okay.
Didn't really friggin' monk.
So you got to the sewage system way, and she goes, so I don't know what your deal with him is, but I'll wait here until you, I don't know, get things ordered.
Oh, thank you. Much obliged.
just gonna drag
No, I think you'll take
If I
us
step
there.
into the water, how deep is the water here?
The water there is like 3 feet deep.
Okay, good. I'm just gonna step into the water and drag him over it. Not in it. Just drag him over to it.
Oh,
And then just let him know that drowning is a very real possibility if he's not honest to Vasher.
also, Leah, she said she's waiting there. She's not continuing on without you. Mainly because she knows you'll act violently against anyone that goes against you?
Yeah,
Or
but,
random people on the street. I literally just pointed someone out on the street and said approach.
but mainly, I want her as sort of collateral. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I get that, but she's judging. Anyways,
Huh.
So, sorry.
he just looks at Valor and goes, "Look, man, it's just a job. Fine, here, you can have the gold. Can't move. Just take it."
But why did you lie?
It's what I do. Do you not have professionalism where you come from? I'm a thief.
I'm a paladin.
Thieves lie.
Well, I'm a paladin, and paladins stop thieves.
Congratulations.
Are you? Do you do this often?
It's my profession.
Valor, kill him.
Oh, wait. If you don't kill me, I'll give
Valor,
you information.
I said kill him.
I stand in the way.
I would just start pushing his head underwater.
Stop it.
Don't.
Sorry. We're just really righting the wrongs here done by this man. I mean,
He's admitted to his guilt. This is justice being met out.
He is insane. Clearly. Why would he admit to be a thief to a paladin? It is not justice to kill an insane man.
That
I saw him. He admitted to stealing. I've caught him. And this
Isn't
is
that
just
exactly what an insane man would do?
Cordellin speaks up
then
and
this is a mercy.
emotionlessly says he attempted to kill me. It's justice to kill him.
I mean, I would say this with a straight face as I'm still holding him under the water, assuming if he is resisting or not.
Yeah,
And
he's
just leave it and be like, I mean, wouldn't you think that it's right? I mean, you stole from someone who stole from you, so by Cordellin's logic here, would you stop moving? By Cordellin.
You would take this long. Can you just snap his neck?
the tiefling does state, paladins, aren't you guys supposed to be thieves? Also, there is a judicial system. He can go to prison.
I am justice. I don't. Sorry. I just ignore her and then just reach over and just try to snap the guy's neck underwater, just to get this over with, so we can move on.
Okay. You do that immediately, unless someone tries to stop him.
Nope, I'm just holding him underwater.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm sort of in awe.
Okay.
Or at least Leah is. Just like,
So this happened.
You snap his neck underneath the water, and immediately he does belch out some blood. Valor, you can tell that the blood is going down the river system and going in a direction. It did not simply wash away. It is forcibly going in a direction.
Is anybody else seeing this, or she put something in that beer?
Everyone else can see that. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a stronger current than I expected. Toss his body in that corner. We don't want to contaminate the water.
Just pull him out and just toss it over into the corner. Just doing so, I pull it out and I don't toss. I just drag it over in the corner, set it up there, and then just look at Leah. We'll come back for him and take the body to be consecrated at the temple once we're done here. But I'm curious. I mean, you would agree that this was justice, right? I mean, this man tried to take the life of Cordellin. It seems only right that given his adherence to breaking the law, even during questioning, that we take his life. He may have gone out and taken someone else's.
Did he attempt to kill Cordellan or merely down him as I downed him?
Because you know the tricks of the trades, you can discern if you want to roll insight.
I would like to roll insight.
Yeah.
Oof.
Could have just wanted to hurt him, to give your group pause and then leave, or kill him. It's kind of hard to tell, especially with the group so massive.
I mean, when you think about it, his fists were glowing yellow. I've seen some of the monks from the north channel similar energy, and they kill a lot.
Why don't we discuss these things a little bit more?
But no, I agree. I just pushed the body up again,
And
Sorry.
I'm just gonna go ahead and lean over to his body and close his eyes and take out I'm gonna try to hide it from everyone, but I'm gonna take out a small token of a raven.
Roll sleight of hand.
being there, would I roll a perception to see this?
No, you would use your past perception for this.
Okay.
So if any of yours meets or beats 17, you see it.
Nope.
Just 14.
And I'm gonna say a prayer to the Raven Queen, even though I haven't done it in a long time.
I just...
Okay. When you do that, his body leans to the left. It's not propped up correctly, but, you know, it'll do.
While this is going on, Cordellan is going to watch the blood flow down. Is there anything magical about it?
You can tell it's heading in a specific direction. It didn't follow the water current. Rather, it went alongside the water current, but then went a stark south.
Is he able to discern if this is magical in nature or some other force at play?
Roll Arcana.
Shit.
Both.
Jesus.
It has to do with a ritualistic pattern system that's inside the water currently, having to and involving some not sacrilege. Well, yes, sacrilegical system, having to do with blood at an altar, from what you can remember in your studies.
He just says altar ahead.
And I would have said to the tiefling, sorry for that unpleasantness. Let's move on.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I assume you guys have your key to open this door?
Yes. And I lift my hammer.
I mean, they give everyone that they hire their key. I unfortunately lost mine, so
Oh, of course. Leah,
can't open it.
you have a key for this, right?
I thought... I'm gonna...
I mean, we can go all the way around. Unfortunately, I lost my key like 3 days ago, but it'll take longer.
No, I have a key. What does the door look like?
It seems like a very symmetrical iron bar system with a tumbler lock key.
Okay.
Lock.
I'm gonna go ahead and just take a javelin and spin it around and stick it in between some bars to get a little bit of leverage. You can just like shove against it, make a strength.
Allow me first, and I go ahead. I'll pull out my key, and instead I put my body in the way, and thieves' tools.
Okay. Also, I'm assuming you guys... I am only assuming, because honestly, you haven't really proctored it, but you don't trust the tiefling, right?
No,
I mean, I wouldn't stand.
I think she's lying about not having a key.
Okay. Anyways, go ahead and roll your thieves' tools or sleight of hand. Okay. Thankfully enough, this first entrance wasn't that difficult, so you are able to open the door. Anyone that doesn't believe Tiefling, go ahead and roll for me an insight check. No turn order, sorry. Wrong tool.
Not a very good roll.
Okay. From what you can tell, Valor, she is lying that she lost her key. But you're not really sure if she had a key to begin with. That's it. You rolled a 13.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, yeah, that's very fortunate that you brought your key. I'll put mine away, and I just push my javelin back into my holster forward on my back with a couple others.
after you, and I point forward and sort of run my hand, sort of pushing her back, and I'm going to attempt to pickpocket her.
Roll sleight of hand. She knows what kind of people you are. She's going to be on guard. Luckily enough, you rolled high enough. Not to get everything, but to get a few things. You do get a small piece of parchment, a small ceremonial dagger with a strange harpsichord pattern to it. It's not thieves' cant, but it does have some type of cipher system language to it, if you have any way of reading that.
So, parchment.
Ceremonial golden dagger with a sonnet inscribed onto it. So, fancy dagger with a song.
Okay.
5 gold. And,
Okay.
and 1 health potion. That was on her left pocket. If you want to try for the right one, she might notice it and it might become more difficult. But she presses forwards.
There's no key that I find.
No key.
Damn it.
She does look at the door, and with your passive perceptions of the one that I at least know has a 14, you can tell she's surprised that there's another door.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's hope your key works. Gestures towards the door.
Yeah, you want to use your key, or should I use mine?
Maybe we could help each other and help me out doing this. I don't know. Might be a bit more challenging. Running it through another mind might be helpful.
I mean, yeah, no, absolutely. I'll go ahead and take a look at this for you. And I look at it, and I look at it for about a second or two, and I turn around, I look at Leah, and I'm like, looks like a lock. And I just step to the side.
You do see that there is a lock. However, this one has a golden panache to it, as if someone made sure that it looked decorative.
I'm gonna usher the tiefling forward a little bit, so that
You push it forward.
I'm gonna just go ahead and I guess attempt it again.
Okay. Sleight of hand or thieves' tools.
I think they're the same for me. But... Ooh! Oh boy!
So, you begin to unlock the tumbler system, the filigree out of the way. You then begin to process things, and then immediately Vasher, Cordellan, and Leah, go ahead and roll for me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, crap.
You do manage to unlock it, though.
Are we? Oh, sorry. Are we all rolling dex save on this, or?
No,
Nope.
just the people that are
Just-
in a straight line.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, Leah and Cordellan are not quick enough. Vasher, you're you just duck. Your training comes into fruition. Unfortunately, the other two do not realize that something is about to happen. Immediately as you unlock it, the door opens and the lock begins to force your tools into a pointed system in a straight line towards you. You then feel a pressure prick go through you, hitting you for a simple but dangerous 1d3, not d3, 1d4 plus 3. And you, Vasher, managed to duck before it hits you. This is an all or nothing. And Cordellan, you get hit for 7.
Wow, you guys are getting torn up.
Jeez.
You were the wrong people for the to be getting hit. It's supposed to be me and Balar.
I'm gonna let you guys take the lead. I think I just got hit by something.
Oh,
Also, I'm gonna pull out as have her walk in front of me, and toss gold coins to the rest of the party. So just 1 gold to each. Everything.
Or no?
There
Or
is a
like,
giant rat eating a smaller rat.
sorry.
Okay.
I was
don't-
just
I was gonna say, seeing the rat, I was gonna go fucking straight in, just because I'm thinking I don't want Leah to get hit because she was right there at the door, and upon seeing the rat, I would just push past.
yeah. I was gonna step past Leah and just tap her with a cure wounds. So you got 6 health from that.
Oh, thank you.
I would just sort of like bound up over the water, pulling my sword as I do.
Roll a turn order.
And I'll just tell you
Oh.
guys, stay behind me and raise my shield.
So, unfortunately, this thing is intelligent, but you draw your blades, so it's not gonna trust you.
Yeah, I'm coming right at this thing. Ooh.
I mean, I just saw 2 of my companions get smashed by a lock.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Pick.
I was like, alright, I'm finishing this.
Well, it's, as far as I'm concerned, the lock attacked them.
That's fair. It rolled poorly, so you might be able to kill it before it does anything. Cordellan.
All right. He's going to cast Ray of Frost at it because appears to just be a simple rat, correct?
Correct. It's massive in scale, but other than that, it does seem to be a giant rat.
Did everybody get 1 gold? Also,
I will add that. Where'd that come from?
Her
I
purse.
stole it.
Oh, gotcha. So you just randomly hand me a gold thank you? Just took it in the pocket.
Maybe
I
for
just
healing
don't,
them.
I don't at all tell you guys how it came about.
Probably for healing her. I don't know.
You probably shouldn't tell me how it came about.
That I don't tell you at even slightly.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I thought you said I will tell you. My
No,
bad.
I do not.
Okay.
Okay, 19 does hit. So, with the Ray of Frost, you can tell that the giant rat is hurt. It's not bloodied, but it is close to being bloodied. It does seem to be very pissed off, maybe because you interrupted its meal, or maybe something else is afoot. Cordellan, anything else?
That is all he is going to do.
Okay. Vasher.
Then I'm gonna step up between it and Cordellan and just smash it with my hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can actually roll this.
Oh, come on!
Wait, is that? That
Let's
is
switch.
hit. So yeah, I
let-
rolled a natural 1.
Let's switch that to a 12.
A 12 plus 4, so 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
All right. And it's one-handed, so that would be the first, the 10.
Okay. With a good amount of force behind your hammer, you can tell that there's something resonating in the area. Thankfully enough, your hammer does not make too much noise, but you can tell that there's further movement to the west. However, the movement currently in front of you is slowly stopping. It is not dead, but it is close to death's door rather than close to bloodied. Another good hit like that, or another good spell, will be able to take this down before it even has a chance to react. Anything else?
That was my action. No. No bonus action. I'll just stand in front of it and be ready.
Valor.
All right, I'm gonna follow up with a great example from the Paladin, and I'm just gonna sort of like vault over it in a sense,
Mhm.
more for than anything, but like just kind of like leap past it and just swinging my longsword through it as I do, pulling it out of my sheath like one motion, just kind of like across, just whooshing. And that'll be one-handed for the beautiful damage. 21 to hit, and
21 does hit.
6 points of damage.
With a good amount of force behind your swing, your longsword does cut and curve into it. It does manage to grab the left end of its leg and most of its tail. With that much of it gone, you can tell that maybe a small punch would be able to take it out. Anything else?
Just, sorry, I forget. For 2-weapon fighting, the weapon has to be light, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. And then, no. Well, Barbarian, I don't have bonus actions. Nope, that's it.
Leah.
And you can rage as a bonus action.
Yeah, I'll lose it though.
I'm just simply going to go ahead and I don't know if I should try to just hit this or I do it. Can I ask a question? So I'm going to run forward 10 feet. Does it look like the rat is handled? Like, would I care about the rat?
It looks like the rat is nearly handled. It's almost gone.
Okay. I'm going to look around. Is there anything else that I see in terms of danger? Do I hear anything?
You do hear there's more sound resonating from the left hand corner. Oops, wrong tool. The left-hand corner.
Okay.
There is likely more danger afoot, so if you want to avoid it, you would probably want to go right. However, as you're examining the area, with your simple passive perception, are able to determine that there is some blood coming down this way.
Okay. I go ahead and I'm going to hide in the location that I am at and prepare an attack for another creature other than the rat as soon as it gets to any of the people, any of my party members. So as soon as it's 5 feet away from a party member, I'm going to launch an attack at another creature other than the rat.
Rat's turn. The rat tries to bolt to the left, giving Vasher and Valor an attack of opportunity each.
Oh, yeah. Can I hit him? 10? Does that hit?
That doesn't hit.
Shit. So my hammer just smashes into the ground.
It's still trying to move past me though, or
Yes.
is it stopping? Still
No, it ain't stopping.
Okay, then let me take a swing. Does a 10?
Super don't. So, it goes into the next room, and you do hear some sound. And, well, because they were warned, now revealing that room.
Also, if I would see that, I do have dark vision.
Oh,
Yeah, so do I.
then yeah, you saw it. 3 more rats and a demonic hunter. You think they have red glowing eyes, have green skin, likely an orc, but the red eyes, possession. It's kind of obvious.
All in a day's work.
But you now know that there's more enemies afoot. Cordelia.
All right, he is going to move And now he can see into that room, correct?
You can now see the problem. Oh, they didn't roll that well either. 13.
All right. I think he is going to cast a web in that room.
Ooh, interesting. Da-da-da.
I think this is the
It's
first time I've actually seen somebody use web.
Huh.
Okay.
It's a small enough room. I should be able to hit everything in there.
Yeah, you easily web up everything inside, including the very damaged rat. Anything else?
That is all he is going to do.
Okay. Vasher, you now know that there's more enemies afoot. The smaller rats look weaker. The hunter looks probably on par with the giant rat.
And there's webbing in the room now.
There's webbing in the room now.
Okay, I'm guessing the webbing starts at the rat here. So
This.
I'm gonna walk up to the edge at least and just smash the rat, or at least try to smash the rat. Let's see if I actually hit. Nope. Totally whiff it.
You go to
Go to
smash.
swing the warhammer, it gets stuck in the webbing.
Your role is as our healer.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
You smash the hammer straight to the ground, and then you realize the ground is water. It curves up, and you completely miss.
So I think isn't the web creature, if they fail the saving throw, aren't they restrained?
It has to be on their turn,
Oh, it is. Okay.
from what I've read. I could be wrong. Let's see. You conjure a massive thick web. Point of your range. Dispel difficult terrain.
Each creature that starts its turn.
Yeah,
Yep.
each creature.
Alright.
So not yet.
Alright.
Yeah, so I didn't get advantage on that, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well.
There are other
That's
rounds
just-
coming up.
It's okay, that's just the flavor of this paladin. He misses everything.
Veiler.
Alright.
I am going to do what we call a pro gamer move here. Just seeing all of those guys in there, then he ran past and I missed. I got pissed. Vasher ran in first. I'm like, and I just rage. I'm gonna just lunge forward here for a nice 10 feet and then enter the web. I am a barbarian, so I do have advantage on dex against this.
Is it Dex or Strength? I thought they had advantage on Strength.
It's dex save.
It's a dex save I make to avoid being stuck.
No, I'm just saying. I thought if you're raging, it was advantage
It's
on
also-
Strength.
No, but I'm no. Yeah,
Because you can see the danger.
but no, as a barbarian, you get advantage on dex saves. You can see while not flying
Mhm.
during.
Oh, okay.
So 20.
20 does save, I am assuming.
What's the-
Yes.
60?
14.
I would be seriously scared if a level 3 had a 20 save.
Okay, so that's it's difficult terrain though, right? Or no?
Yes.
What's
Mhm.
difficult terrain? That's 5, 10, and then 20, 30. I'll get right here between, kind of in here, and just shout out at everything in here. Come get me! And I'll just turn around and just swing my sword at the almost dead rat here, between me and Vasher first.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 14 hit?
14 barely hits.
And that's 9 points of slashing. Plus 2. 11.
Okay.
Uh,
Immediately, you do see that the strange creature hits the ground and convulses and completely stops moving. The blood trail that emanates from it goes into the water and then zips down.
I don't think it does here, but if it would make a difference, it does technically get finished off with my divine fury, which is radiant damage.
Oh, that does make a difference. The blood stays on its body.
How about it? Because I'm a Zealot Barbarian. The first thing I attack while raging takes Divine Fury.
Hmm.
Per turn.
Hmm.
And that'll be it. That's me.
All right.
Raging. Pissed. I'm here.
Leah, before your turn starts, do you want to respond with your action?
Okay, I didn't. I never saw an enemy, so
Okay.
I go ahead and I'm just going to move diagonally in the shadows. And can I pop out from here, basically, and take a shot at the hunter?
They currently don't know where you are, so yes.
Well, I was right here. Do you not?
No, I
No,
see you. I'm
they-
saying the enemy doesn't know where you currently are.
Okay. So I'm going to pop out, take a shot with my longbow.
Mm-hmm.
And do I have sneak attack advantage?
You do. Cool. Da, da, da. Nice. With the hunter in motion, in sight, you can feel the motions jettisoning towards her with your arrow. You then launch your arrow straight towards her, and it pierces in. The flesh within her does seem to coagulate, and well, that's not supposed to happen that quickly. The arrow sinks in and stays firmly tucked in. And whatever is possessing her, it seems to be strengthening her. Normally, she would likely have gone down from 2 of these attacks.
Oof. My eyes widen, but I also just jump down here and hide again with my
Okay.
bonus action. And I am my turn.
While it's her turn, she will try to roll her dex save. She's not very dexterous, but she has some dex. That's an 8. She's there. Rats' turns. Rats take their own turns. Da, da, da. Rats. Better than her, apparently. Yeah, 2 of them save, the other one does not. So, unfortunately, the one next to Valor does not save, and then these 2 begin to try to hunt. Get next to Vasher, and that's all they can do. This one goes towards Valor, and manages to get in range and also attack. So it will try to bite you. That's a 17.
That's my AC.
That is 1d4 plus 2. That's a 3.
So I take 1 point.
Nice.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure what kind of damage it is. I know I have half damage from any non-magical piercing.
It's piercing.
bludgeoning,
Non-magical.
precisely.
Cordellan.
The rat that stepped forward to bite the barbarian, Valar, he's going to cast Ray of Frost at it.
Fair. Piercing through this strange rat, you go and cast Ray of Frost. Unfortunately, it is quick, it is nimble. It's also very small, so you just curve it too far to the right and too high, and it hits the strange pipe system next to it.
And then he is going to move over here so that no one gets a bright idea to shoot at him, and he is done.
That is fair. You step through the rat, or step over it. It's perfectly fine if you step over it. Vasher.
This rat's dead, correct? The
The
large
giant rat's dead. I am going to mark it to indicate its death.
rat? Okay. And then the webbing starts right there. So can I hit this rat from where I'm standing?
Yes, you can. It's actually closer
Alright.
than that. I just had it underneath the giant rat, so I left it there.
Gotcha.
For
Okay.
future reference, we may want to come up with some kind of way to mark all these things that have been crowd controlled because I plan to do quite a bit of it.
Yeah, there are markers you can put on them.
There's a webbing marker in
Yeah, the symbols you can throw on stuff. Oh,
I
there is
have-
actually a web. There.
I have one already on me. If you see.
Yeah. Leah put one on. If you click on a token, I don't know if you know this, Dogma, but the bottom mark has symbols that you can apply to a token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
how you-
just for like crowd control and stuff, so we can tell what's restrained and what's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I should probably tell you that. The ones indicated with red are currently restrained.
It's also easier for you since you've told us numerous times now that you have short-term memory issues.
Fair.
Okay.
And that's
so
why I'm
doing-
working it. I will be doing it a lot.
No, I know. I've played Wizards. They lots of status effects. So I'm gonna try to smash this one. Oh, a 22! Yay!
Hey, look at
Unfortunately, a 22 does hit.
that!
Why did that not roll in?
You have to click the Warhammer itself.
Ah,
Sorry, that was me. But yeah, there you go.
there we go. So 7 bludgeoning.
As you smash through the small rat, you can tell that you finally hit something, which is great. Thankfully enough, these are just small rats, so a simple blow to the head will kill them.
I would hope a Warhammer would smash a rat. Okay, cool. Finally, killed something. And I just point my Warhammer at the guy in the back. I'm coming for you next.
You can tell that they are there, present, but not of mind. They seem to be bodily controlled. And their mind is just not really there, not acting. Vila.
Alright, I'm going to really carpe diem this year. In my rage, seeing the 2 tiny rats beside me, I drop my sword and shield. So that I can make... Okay, well, actually, hang on. Let me just make sure this works, because I can punch 2 things, right? With 2-weapon fighting, or no?
From
Can I
what I
have a
remember,
Strike? I just want to make sure I can do that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to drop my sword and shield, and then just to the left of me, just punch down to the ground, try and crush this tiny little sucker right here. He is not restrained, if I'm not mistaken.
they are not.
So, a 7 hit?
A 7 does not, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. Then I will just punch the ground and shake my hand and just really pissed, swing and hit the other one here to the right of me or just above me. But that one is restrained, so that one it's advantage, right? For
Correct.
the melee? Okay. Does a 24 hit?
24 does hit.
Is 4 points enough?
4 points is just enough.
Had a suspicion.
Smashing in with your hand, you might want to clean that later. Thankfully enough, there's water, but it's sewer water. You smash into the rat. Thankfully enough, it is a small, simple rat, just very controlled and very dangerous.
And
Thankfully
it
enough,
also takes radiant damage.
your radiant damage does overkill it. It does die, but no strange sensation of water current flowing the blood away. Maybe just specific things that do that, but it did not trigger this instance. And it does die out. Anything else?
If I can, hang on. Yeah, actually, if I can, then I would like to try and move forward here to get up next to that hunter there.
Okay.
And
If you've saved, I don't really have
Okay.
players.
do I have to save again? Do you know how that's
Yeah,
gonna work?
that's what I'm wondering.
Every round you're in it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Should I have technically rolled it before I started, or
You didn't move, so I'll be lenient because I also forgot. Go ahead.
Actually, it says on a turn it enters it.
Enters or starts.
yeah, I saw the start thing in there too.
Okay. I'm just gonna start.
Any save?
I think you're fine.
So 10, 20, or I guess kind of here.
Oh.
move up to this creature here. Actually, no, I'm gonna stay in the water. I'm brave.
Okay. Leah.
Does the rat take a little jump at me?
It did. I rolled a 2. Like, didn't roll it visibly, but I rolled a 2. So I didn't even call it.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump out, take my sneak attack.
Okay. Nice.
And jump back in.
I'm assuming at the person being controlled.
Yes.
Piercing through her, you can tell that it is close to death's door. It's not quite dead, but she is hardier and stronger than beforehand. You could imagine a body taking this much damage, but not over this extent. However, you can tell that the body's just barely standing by. Sorry, stop there. Motorcycle. Bummer. It's probably gonna be my thing now. Anyways, piercing through, you can tell she's at death's door. One more attack like that from someone else will likely take her down. Similar in motion, this rat also needs to be taken down, but that can be done later. In the meantime,
Someone finish her off.
it is her turn. She will try to roll the webbing system again. She has a +2. She succeeded. Currently not restrained. She moves over here next to Valor and then tries to take out a small short sword.
Actually, it doesn't, because it's the start of its turn. It's already restrained. It needs to It needs to use its action to make a strength check at that point.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Yeah.
turn ended.
Because once you're stuck in the webs, then yeah, it changes.
That makes sense. This small rat will try. Oh wait, it's not restrained. It'll try to move though.
Oh, well,
She can move.
Yeah.
yeah. She has to make a strength check to get out, and then she can move.
Cool.
But it is still difficult terrain, so she can't
she'll
move very far.
Go here. The rat goes here. That's their turn. Cordellan.
Looking at this rat moving towards him, he's going to throw another ray of frost at it.
That's fair. Unfortunately, like before, I don't know why Ray of Frost aren't hitting rats. It hit people just fine a little while ago. The Ray of Frost aims just too high above its head. You did manage to give it a weird hue to the top of its hairs, but not much more.
And he is going to stay put. He is done.
Unfortunately, you gave this rat frosted tips. Vasher.
All right, trying to smash another rat. 17,
Does hit.
7 damage.
I'll tell you now, since you defeated all the rats, their AC was 10.
Vasher, rat killer.
Extraordinaire.
With a hammer and a dream, you managed to take down the rats without an issue. Well, the big one was a problem, but you dealt with that too. Anything else?
I'll just step over onto this dead rat and put myself in this guy's way.
Okay. Vilar.
Alright, so I'm still pissed.
Yes.
I need to do a quick save here. If I can click it correctly. Oh, I don't think a 9 saves me though.
No, I think you're restrained now.
So, I forget, restrained means I can't move, right?
Can't move. I think if you take advantage actions, they're with disadvantage, I think.
Restrained.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so I am going to get here, realize that my sword and shield are on the ground 10 feet from me, and I'm gonna get angrier and just take 2 swings out with my awesome fists at this lady here running away from me. If
Fair.
I figure out, there we go. Sorry, just switching around, and let's roll that. Does a 13 hit her?
A 13 does not, unfortunately.
Does a... Sorry. Oh. Thought I clicked it again. Does a 7 hit?
No.
Just two fists out to the air. And that'd be my turn.
As she's moving alongside you, you just try to deck her in the face, but unfortunately, the way she's moving is so strange, maybe due to the rough terrain, that she's moving very awkwardly, and you just miss her face. Leah.
I will again just pop out and take a shot with my longbow.
You all right? Well, that hits. Lethal or non-lethal?
Lethal.
Probably for the best.
I saw that she had red eyes, so I'm just going.
So, with a longbow and I was about to make the same stupid joke again. With a longbow and a dream, you aim straight for the individual. You strike straight through her chest and pierce her heart. Aiming down, you can tell that she hits the ground next to Valor. And then once again, you can tell that the blood, as last time, sinks into the water and goes in a direction to the south. She is dead. She's not getting back up. And Valor's stuck in a web.
Saphius, we're leaving initiative.
You're leaving initiative, you're fine.
And with that, I will dispel the web. I will just stop concentrating on it.
And I just look over at Cornellin for a minute, and I'm like, and I calm down and I go, that was cool. I like it.
Check the body.
I'm just gonna grab the body and pull it out towards the group.
All right.
I'll just drag it with me over to everyone.
I'll trust you. And I'm gonna go back to the tiefling.
She just looks at you guys with disgust.
I'm gonna actually, yeah, I'll make a note. I'm gonna pick up my sword and shield here.
Like,
Is
true
she
and honest
running
disgust.
away?
She's not running away. She's not trying to misguide or mislead you. With your passive perception, she just looks like you guys are messed up.
So I just look at her and I'm like, what's the problem?
Hey, Usher, look at this over here. Come over here, and I point to a piece next to me. Like I'm holding this body, and I point to something to my left. Namely 5 feet, you know, like in a space that's like 5 feet adjacent to me on the left there.
Mhm.
I'll examine the body.
Was, yeah, like over here, like telling you. Oh, so subtly. To come over here, this space.
Oh.
And while I'm like pointing at this, I just kind of in a throatier whisper, Leah said that there's something up with that tiefling lady, that she's hiding something.
Well, yeah, she works for an evil cult. What do you think?
Smell weird?
Oh, I use Divine Sense. I mean, she's a tiefling. I'm going to detect her anyway, but I'll use it anyway.
You detect nothing.
I detect nothing?
You detect nothing.
There's no fiends within 60 feet of me.
Oh, right. You would detect something
It's an
super far to the
illusion.
south.
I can only detect within 60 feet.
You get something super far to the south, continuing south.
Okay.
But
So
that
I
also
just-
means
okay.
that also means the tiefling may not be a tiefling because they are fiends.
Or they have something on
Yeah.
them.
That's true. So I'm like, she's fine, but something over there is not, and I point off in that direction.
Interesting. Just eyeing the tiefling lady then.
Still looking at you guys with disgust, but doesn't say a word. Maybe because she thinks you might kill her.
Anything on this body of this demon person thing?
She has a short bow. She does have a short sword. Non-magical, non-plussed. She also has a small piece of metal strapped onto her left shoulder. It does seem to resemble the strange amulet that Vasher accidentally held onto the other day.
Don't touch that.
I just hold my hand and stop.
She also has low grade leather armor. The low grade is just how beat up it is. It actually doesn't do anything to it.
Can I inspect the piece? Sort of walk away from Leah, and I'm gonna go. Just keep an eye on her, and walk into the other room. Pretend to be looking at the rats, but then check the piece of parchment and the ceremonial dagger.
Oh, okay. You then read this. Oh, wait, no, you don't read anything. It's in a cipher system. The only word that you are able to read, however, because even in the cipher system it still would be a word, is Harper.
Sorry about that.
I'm going to...
I'll convey that information to the party as I just throw it out there without the having stolen the dagger part.
Okay.
And was there a parchment with notes on it or something?
That was the parchment. The dagger itself is just roll Arcana. It has some type of magical property to it. You just can't read or discern what it is. It does seem to be a bound weapon, though. So if you attune to it, like take a short rest and attune to it, you would figure out what it does, or cast Identify.
I'm going to show it to Cordelian.
Does anybody else see a yellow box around Valar?
No.
Okay, I don't know what that is then. Never mind.
Are you able to identify this?
Yes, Cordelian will inspect the dagger.
Okay. If you want to use magic, go for it. If not, Arcana again.
Yeah, he doesn't have the material to cast the spell or do the ritual.
You can tell this is a ceremonial dagger with an invocation enchanted inside. That might be something, some type of agent or facto soldier might carry. Sometimes soldiers and agents carry these items to help them out in case they are in trouble or in need. The arcanic influence that is imbibed into this blade is a low-level spell. It is known as a magic missile, and cast at level 3. That's not the important part. The important part is that the metal itself is the metal that you were examining not too long ago. It is a very small dagger, but to have this metal to begin with is not something that happens unless it's supposed to happen.
Could you tell anything from it?
Yes, this metal is a very special metal. But what would be important to you to know is that you can activate this dagger and use it to cast a spell.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, I certainly could use a dagger, but I don't know. I, you know, I am grateful of being around you. I wouldn't want to hoard anything, and you've been kind to me. But I could always use a dagger. And I show it to the party and sort of,
The dagger
Where did
specifics.
that dagger? Sorry.
It's okay. The dagger specific thing you rolled high enough, so I'm just gonna give you it. Is considered a dagger of spell storing. It can carry a up to a level 3 spell.
And I was just gonna ask in character, where did that dagger come from?
I had it on my person.
Where did you get it? If you needed it identified by him.
I was not having you see that part, but
Oh, okay. Sorry. Never mind then.
Having seen the dagger, Cordellin, and given his assessment, Cordellin is moving on.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the. I was gonna grab the short sword off this lady here, and then grab all the arrows and hand those to Leah.
She has 30 arrows.
oh sweet, thank you. I was actually needing to pick up arrows.
And then I just wanted to point out this blood as we were walking. Oh, she's walking right towards us.
As we keep going with the Cordelian, I'm gonna catch up to Cordelian and go. It might be most useful in your hands, don't you think?
He looks at him and says, sometime I might need to cast a spell into it, and then someone else can use it.
I was
Fair
going to
enough.
walk up. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I just said fair enough.
Oh, okay. I was gonna walk up next to the tiefling and say, "Sorry, I didn't really catch your name earlier. But also, what was it with that look of disgust?"
My name is Quinn.
Oh, nice to meet you, Quinn. I'm Vasher.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a problem with rat killing? Rats are nasty.
I mean, I have a problem with unnecessary violence, but to each his own. She smiles, but
Aren't
you
you
can
a
tell it's a fake smile.
Tiefling?
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, isn't it kind of in your blood to be, kind of violent?
Not really.
No?
You
Oh.
fiendish. Not that I think fiends are terrible things all the time. I mean, most of them absolutely are, but some of the more cursed individuals like yourself are.
I mean, even if
Solid.
I was, the actions is what defines me, not what I am. What. Look. I just don't like you guys killing everything left and right. But whatever. It's your group. Look, I need to go further south, but I am assuming that this is a shortcut. But we can go to the right and get there a little later, but we'll still get there.
Why don't we take a quick rest?
I don't have a key, so you guys are gonna have to open it again.
I'm gonna real quick before Aaliyah gets over here. I'm just gonna hastily take the javelin and shove it between and try and shove the door open.
Okay. Athletics. You can short rest if you want. Before you guys start doing
Yeah,
this.
I was gonna say that too, because they're a little rough.
Okay. To save you time, you short rest, and then someone brings up this conversation.
As we do the short rest, I'm going to try to attune to the dagger.
Okay.
Because I might need it in this combat.
That's fair. You easily attune to it, however, it does chime at the end of it. Normally, that's not supposed to happen, unless it's meant to. But nothing.
Did you ring a bell?
No one else
Sorry.
heard the bell. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Unless someone did that specifically, it's not really meant to. But I digress. You now are able to cast the Magic Missile spell once at 3rd level. If you need to roll hit dice, I suggest you do so now.
Yes, I'm looking that. I'm looking at that device, that dagger, as a tool that we could use to store spells in, and then let someone else cast spells as well, to diversify the spell casting.
Okay.
Yeah, that could definitely be useful because I could store spells in there, or he could, and then hand it off.
I could also store spells in there.
I mean, there comes
You
a
got
time I
spells?
could put a fireball in there,
No, I'm kidding. I don't have spells.
and we can dual fireball in one round.
Throw the dagger fireball just from its point of word.
Okay. While you're contemplating this, you do now see another door.
So, sorry, is a 17 enough to shove this door?
17 is enough to shove the door open. You do see that it's a small little hallway. Totally not needed, but there's another door to the other side.
So I'm gonna walk in, look around, and then same trick. Javelin between 2 bars and just bang! Give it a good hard smack.
Wait, they're bars?
Yeah, he said iron barred doors.
These
can
ones
we
are
see through?
wooden doors, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, these are wooden. Okay,
Yes.
then just freaking shoulder checking it, to be honest. Is a natural 20 enough?
Yeah. I'm just gonna give you this one. You smash open the door.
Oh god, what an entrance.
You knock the guy that was inside this room out. Well, combat 1.
He's gonna just barrel through the door. Just boom, shoulder checking it, and just look around. And as I'm looking, I see this guy knocked out, I guess, on the ground.
He was not that sturdy to begin with, but still.
You guys might want to look at this. I'm gonna grab this dude here, and just kind of drag him like right over here, just kind of towards the center of the room, but giving everyone space to walk in and look at that ritual thing.
Just step in and check this guy out.
Okay. You can tell that this guy, for the lack of a better term, is completely locked out. He is an orc, but that's not really an issue. The problem is that he was creating some type of ritual. You can tell that the ritual itself is crude and crad, so he might not have been that intelligent and just tried to copy something. Overall, he doesn't seem to have any weapons adorned on him, no strange contraptions, but he does have what appears to be a strange crystal rat skull on his person. Besides that, however, he is completely knocked out and has low leather armor. Again, it's just the quality of how beat up it is. It's still leather armor.
I find the weird rat skull and look into its eyes.
You look into its eyes and you can sense the presence of 5... Yeah, I think it's only 5 left. 5 other things peering through. They seem to be
They're like-
small, and you do hear the strange pitter-pattering sounds of rats.
Guys, I think there's rats in this. They're looking at me.
Why don't we just break it?
We should probably let the wizard look at it first. Just a sense.
And what are we doing with this man?
I don't
Kill
know.
him.
Is this who was supposed to?
Let's not kill him, please.
Cordellan steps forward and says he might be dangerous. The safest course of action is to kill him, and then we can investigate.
Yes, but needless murder is not necessary.
But this is needed murder, not needless.
How do we know? We can't just go around killing people as soon as we find them.
Well, I mean, technically, if you think about it,
We can, but
evildoer today. The others
are
were
we supposed to be is this?
I use
I'm
lay on
supposed
hands
to
and give him 1
tell him?
health to wake him up.
He wakes up, looks at you. Huh?
Are you evil?
Yes, I am the most evil creature
I
around.
punch him in the face,
You punch him in the face and he gets knocked back out.
and then I snap his neck.
Jesus.
Oh, come on.
What? He just admitted to being evil.
Yes, but that's clearly not somebody that is actually evil. Says they're evil.
That
We're
time
done.
you
Would they lie?
Cordellan steps forward and says, "This is the most expedient course of action. This ensures our survival completely. It was the best course of action."
I
Vasher,
hand him the rat skull.
Let me explain it in simple terms. If Death Robot agrees with you morally, you're probably choosing the wrong decision.
I'm not asking for his advice. I'm taking my own judgment, and the judgment of Tyr.
Which
He is evil. He admitted to it.
immediately
Look at this blood ritual he was setting up.
you also don't know if he was lying or not. But it's still a lie if that's
I don't
true.
care.
But Quinn looks at you guys, not disgusted anymore. I think she's kind of gotten used to it from what you can see. Yeah, other door.
I'm also handing Cordellan the crystal rat skull, telling him, I think there's some rats in this. You might want to take a look at it.
Cordellan is going to inspect it.
I actually just wanted to walk over and look at this altar room here, if there's anything in
Oh,
it
yeah.
or about it.
Leah's progressively getting a little bit more religious, and gonna just put the eyes down and again, not even sort of try to hide it, but do a little prayer to the Raven Queen.
Okay, roll religion.
It was a religious killing. It was a killing in the name of Tyr, of justice.
An honor killing.
I
Not honor.
am certain that honor killing is probably not a term you would like to be associated with.
Leah, go ahead and roll religion. Cordellan, go ahead and roll Arcana. Those two examining the altar, go ahead and roll also religion.
This one.
That paladin with a +0 to religion.
What is
I'm proficient in religion too, by the way.
Ha!
Jesus?
Cordellan, you can tell in examining the rat skull that this is a refinement attunement item. It, however, is very, very cursed. It feebles your mind and allows you to control the entities and creatures around the same intelligent level as you. In this case, rats. This guy was likely controlling most of the rats in the area that were attacking you, but he was not exactly a willing participant, if you had to imagine. If anything, they fueled his mind and then convinced him to do the work. That being said, he still has control of 5 rats. Smashing the item will release them and nothing will happen. However, if you decide to use it, your mind will be feebled, and then you'll be under the control of some other being, currently not attuned.
Yes, so Cordellan is going to drop it on the ground and then try to smash it with his foot.
As you
Step
begin
on it.
to do so, Leah begins to do a religious ceremony in front of you. You really can't tell what it is specifically. Unfortunately, you didn't read or study up on that part. However, while you're doing this, Leah, you can tell that a strange presence around his body begins to glow and emanate around him. Only to your eyes, however, as you begin to see that the strange presence begins to drift and float away. As this happens, Cordellan drops the rat skull, and the rat skull shatters and breaks before he gets a chance to step on it. And then he steps on it just to make sure. You likely might have purified his body. So at least he's going somewhere nice. Valar and Vasher. You both rolled pretty well, except for Vasher. It's only one of you. Vasher, you can tell this is a religious connotation. It's someone important there. There's a strange necklace on one of the pews.
Don't touch that necklace.
Vigilor, you can tell that the symbolism around here does... No, I'll give this to Vasher too, you're part of the religion, is part of Tyr. The person that is in front of you is one of his champions. A long time ago, they were able to defeat a dragon mano a mano. However, she's a woman, so I guess woman a mano? Hard to tell with dragons.
Mana. Imana.
However, she was governed the entity known as the Dragon Singer. That's not completely important right now, but you do know that this place does belong to the Temple of Tyr. Behind you, however, you can tell that this place was desecrated, more than likely due to the people that now inhabit the sewers. Why there were so many doors? Probably to hide most of this stuff. Behind you stands a necklace, and in that necklace you can see a symbol of Tyr, as well as a dragon scale on it, as it is adorned to it. However, from it just being there, more than likely someone tried to take it, but weren't able to for some reason or another.
If I grab it, what happens?
You grab it, it's fine.
Wait, no, it's cursed. Oh, never mind. Wait, is that a symbol of Tyr?
Symbol Tyr.
Yeah. Hand it over
No,
to
I know that's in person.
I know.
Hand it over to Vasher.
Nothing happens.
I'll-
You're fine.
Take a closer look at it.
Hold this.
Do I feel anything? Get anything from the necklace?
Nothing from you can tell. It's
I
light.
pull out a javelin, the other side, just the wooden handle side, like ready to fucking smack him on the head, just in case.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I punch Baylor in the face. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe you should-
Hey, Cordellan, we found another necklace. Looks like it's a necklace of Tyr. Anything magical about it?
Cordellan will examine the entire necklace.
Do you hold on to it?
I would hand it to him.
Yes, he will hold it in his hands and observe it.
Go ahead and roll a strength saving throw. This thing's super heavy. You can just barely hold on to it. But you hold on to it just barely. Examining it, you can tell that this is a symbol of Tyr. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Wait a second. You rolled 2 perfect Arcana rolls. Oh, and never mind. There it goes.
You can tell that there's something about this necklace, but not completely what it is. It's magical, definitely has a strange magical property around it, but it also has something far beyond magic, which might likely mean a blessing from a god or an entity that is stronger than most mortals. That
it
is
cursed.
not cursed, but blessed.
Yeah. No,
Do
I
I
was asking
recog-
this to Cordellan in character.
Do I
Yeah.
recognize the other symbols on it? Because you said something about there being a dragon scale.
It is adorned on top of a dragon scale.
Do I recognize the dragon scale?
You can tell that the scale that is imbued upon it is a mixture of both gold and red, but it has a more red tint to it.
All right, so it's not a religious symbol in and of itself.
Roll religion. You do know that at one point or another there was a dragon that had a brimming bright gold hue to them, even though they were considered a red dragon. They had a religious sect to them, but it quickly died out roughly 50 years ago. This might be one of their scales.
All right, and he conveys that information. And then attempts to toss the necklace back to Valar.
Roll athletics.
You're gonna break your wrist trying to toss a necklace.
You try to toss it. You really do. It lands right there.
I just step over and pick it up with 2 fingers. I'm like, Valar,
fine.
do you want this? Should I hold on to it?
How about, actually, if you don't mind, I don't have any symbolism of my own yet.
All right, I'll put it around his neck.
You put it on his rack. You begin to choke him. No, you're fine.
It immediately strangles him to death.
We all stand there helplessly.
We just stand and watch.
Quinn is not surprised at this point.
All
He
right.
is like for the monk.
So I would just, after all this, I would just turn to the statue, bow my head, and give a short prayer to Tyr, and then move on.
Okay. Because you actually took the short route instead of going the long way, this place is clear. I'm just going to give you these guys, and this one is clear. Luckily enough, there was no one there, so you didn't have to roll. After a while, you guys probably would have gotten it.
And
Do we
Cord-
wanna call it the night or keep going?
Yeah, we're about
It's
to
already
call it.
midnight. Okay.
And Cordellan is going to absentmindedly say that the guy we killed in there is the one controlling the rats. So that was the right maneuver, the right call.
Oh, good to know.
Don't tell them that they're an unwilling participant. Good call. So, with
Yeah.
the strange sewer system part out of the way, she does move you guys towards this direction. She then stops. Look, I kind of have a confession to make, and well, at this point, kind of dead if I don't move forward, and kind of dead if I try to go back. Not part of your group, don't belong with them, don't belong with you. So if you need to go inside, do you mind just leaving me here and, I don't know, maybe try killing me after? If your boss
Wait.
doesn't give you more money.
You aren't working with them? I point off in the direction we were headed.
Oh, I'm not working with them, are you stupid?
No. Well, No.
Is she lying?
Roll insight. Anyone of you that does not believe her.
I'm a very trusting person.
I'm sort of just distracted by this necklace right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Uh,
I'm walking.
From what you can tell, she is not lying whatsoever. She does believe that her life is in danger if she continues on, or if she tries to move back due to you guys. From what you can
Fine.
tell, she has been telling the truth.
Then why did you sit down at the table?
Because I needed the information. I thought you guys were the same, but clearly not.
And why do you need information?
Look, I'm part of an organization that is secretive, alright? I go out and try to prevent things before they happen, or try to see that if, say, one of mine goes missing, try to find out where they went. Unfortunately, it's the latter. And I saw that there was a strange symbol on the bar that read, "Meeting here."
That is funny because that's sort of the exact same situation that we're in.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Thankfully enough, I
Well,
was able
I
to
believe
examine
you.
the sewers beforehand. But I know that the big bad is on the other side of this doorway.
Oh. Well, that's good to know. And I start heading towards the doorway.
I come walking up to her as they're having this conversation, and I stop right next to her, and I just lean in real close, and I grab my necklace. Does this look gold or red to you?
A little bit of both?
Yeah, maybe it is, and I just walk on.
To be honest, we aren't really with these people anyway. We're here to stop them. So if you're here to stop them, and we're here to stop them, then we're kind of on the same side, right?
Roll persuasion -2.
Persuasion -2.
Because you're not lying, but from what she's seen, she doesn't like you guys.
So that's a 20.
That's a 20. Luckily enough, you need to roll an 18. Well, I suppose that's true. I'm gonna be in the back, though, if you guys intend to fight this thing. It looks like
Oh, yeah, you don't need to
talking-
fight. Just don't betray us. or we'll have to hunt you down and murder you,
Yeah, I can
Or,
clearly
sorry.
see that.
kill you in justice.
No, it's called murder. Anyways, it looks like a strange demonic candle creature and a skeleton snake thing. So from here on out, I'm gonna be in the back, and you guys looks at your bloody hands. Do what you do best as we
My
end the
hands actually
session.
wouldn't be bloody. I snapped the guy's neck. I didn't cut anyone.
As you try to describe that's how that's any better as we end the session for today.